Excuse me, sir. Would you rather have this baseball card or $20 in cash?
I'd rather you find a hole to jump in.
Excuse me, sir. Would you rather have this baseball card or $20 in... Dude, what is wrong with people? There's a kid over here. Let's do this one. This should be good. Hey, little buddy. Would you rather have this Mike Trout... Oh! 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 Oh!
Geoff! What are you doing?
Holly Snowflake? Holly, the virtual is canceled. Nobody cares about Christmas, so why should I?
Oh, Geoff, what's wrong? It looks like someone took the jingle out your bells.
No, not to me, Holly. To Christmas.
Well, the virtual must go on, Geoff. I mean, what am I gonna tell Santa?
Tell Santa the virtual is canceled this year, and that's final.
Ooh, Geoff needs my help.
And so that night, Jeffrey took every cord, camera, and light, and left the room with not even a Slab Strong in sight. Oh, what a fright. Come the next morning, the team was in shock. Everything was gone, even the giveaway box. But the team would not despair. No, they knew they must repair. The virtual goes on, yells Kelly Francis. The team snaps into action while Holly glances. Geoff shall be here. We all know it is up to Holly. She must save the show.
Geoff, you have to...
What, Holly?
Oh, boy.
I'm in the middle of band practice.
Oh, boy. Geoff, the whole team is still trying to make the virtual go on.
The team?
Yes, the team. The team is scrambling to clean up this whole mess. And if you're not gonna help, you're gonna find yourself on the naughty list. Oh.
You guys looking for this?
All right, somebody grab the card. We need to hang that up. I need lights on each corner. Can somebody put the lenses on the corner?
Hello and welcome to the virtual holiday card show. Hello, sports card investors, and you are looking live at the Virtual Holiday Card Show 2022. I'm absolutely thrilled to have you guys with us tonight. This is the final night of our card show, the final night of the Virtual Holiday, and it's going to be a great one, ladies and gentlemen. We've got incredible guests tonight. We've got David Liner, the president of Fanatics Trading Cards, coming on tonight. That's going to be an interesting interview. In fact, I think he's going to be here in like maybe 30, 40 minutes or so. So stay tuned for that one. I got some questions for him. I want to know about Fanatics plans next year. We've also got Peter Steinberg from SGC, popular guy in the hobby. We've got Rick Probstein about to come on here in just a second. He's a guy I'm excited to talk to. We've got the great curator, Daniel. We've got Karn, the car dealer I did the big LeBron James gold refractor deal with on our YouTube channel recently. Women in the hobby are coming on tonight. Sam, Sarah, and Kathy, and so many more. That's just a few of the guests we're going to have tonight. And oh yeah, the giveaways. We have tonight alone over $10,000, well over $10,000 worth of giveaways. Thanks to our official wax sponsor, Midwest Cards. Midwest Cards is an incredible place to buy wax, midwestcards.com, and they've hooked us up with a ton of giveaways for us to give to you and to give you a little happy holiday cheer. I want to give special thanks right off the bat today to our presenting sponsor, eBay. eBay has been a great partner of the virtual ever since we started doing it. In fact, our first one of these that we did in the summer of 2020 when the National was canceled and we decided to do the virtual since no one could actually go to the National that year. eBay jumped in and they've helped us with it ever since. And we've done 3 of the holiday versions of it now. This is the 3rd, as well as the one summer version of it back in 2020. So it's exciting to have eBay Collectibles back on our side. We certainly appreciate everything eBay and eBay Collectibles do for the sports card hobby. But we're about to get going. Before we do, ladies and gentlemen, you need to enter tonight's giveaways. Even if you entered last night, there is a new fresh list tonight. It resets tonight. There is a link pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. You click that link, you go in, you put your information in, and you are entered into the giveaways. But you will also get a confirmation email. You got to click the confirmation email to confirm. That way we know it's a real email that you put in and not someone just spamming it, right? So put your information into the giveaway form, click the confirmation email, and you will be entered into tonight's giveaways. You've got the next about a little over an hour to do that. The giveaways will start in the 9 o'clock hour. So you can click that giveaway link anytime here in the next several minutes, and you're going to see those giveaways coming soon after that. All right, guys, you ready to get started? I'm ready to get started, and I think it's time to get started. Let's bring on our first guest. We're going to bring on Rick Probstein from Probstein 123 Consignments, the largest seller on eBay. I'm excited to talk to Rick. Let's bring him on. And there's the man himself, Rick. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Happy holidays to you. Thank you for joining us. Again, you were part of our virtual holiday last year. We're really happy to have you back again.
Glad to be back.
And, you know, most people in the sports card hobby have seen the name Probstein, or they've seen your logo, right? Because your logo and name is associated with the most eBay listing in the sports card space, probably out of anyone. Is it fair to say that?
I don't know if we have the amount, I know we have the highest dollar amount. Last year we did 160 million, but then we did about 800,000 listings. There might be a couple of people who are doing more than 800,000 listings, but they might be at a lower price point.
Yeah, you obviously have some big card shops. We had Burbank on last night, and Joe Davis from Got Baseball Cards, so I know they have, I think hundreds of thousands of eBay listings. But from a throughput standpoint, Probstein, you are the biggest in the business. Tell everybody a little bit about your consignment business, and I'm actually kind of curious how you started it. I've never heard the backstory.
Well, initially I was a baseball card dealer like everybody else, meaning I would, try and buy something for $100 and sell for as much as I can, buying and selling at card shows. That's how I got my start. And then I took a collection on for a friend and I posted it right away for him. I didn't charge him a lot of money and I paid him right away. And he said to me, I've been using auction houses where the sales cycle is basically 2.5 months between the time he sends the cards there and gets paid. This is in the old days. And he says, if you can turn this around in less than 10 days, like you just did with me, he's like, I think you have a business model. And one thing went to another, and we kept doing it, and it became a business for us.
Yeah, it's become a huge business for you, obviously, and so you're obviously all in on that side of the equation now. You've got how big's your team now that's working there?
We've about 30 people.
So 30 people. You get so people all over the country, maybe all over the world, ship you cards, wax, things that they want to sell on eBay, and then you
everything. Yeah, we have a tremendous amount of international consigners for them. And they usually send us in big shipments. Like we have a few people that send us 1,000 cards at a time. It's much more economical for them to have us sell them in the States. Whereas, if somebody logs on from Iowa, they may not trust an account in China, and the shipping of the item could be $25, $30. So it's just not economical. So we have a lot of international consigners that send us stuff.
Now, one thing, I've used your service a handful of times, and one thing that I like, because I'm a busy guy and I don't have time, frankly, to craft my eBay listings and take proper photos and do all of that myself. One thing I like about your service, but at the same time, I know it makes some people nervous, is you don't have complex forms to fill out, you don't have big submission forms, and it's literally like box up your cards, put your address on it, put your name in there, obviously, and how you want to get paid, PayPal, ACH, but then ship it off to you. And your team catalogs it, your team lists it, your team does everything. Why is that the winning process for you?
We want to make it very easy for people. Like me personally, I don't like to fill out forms, but at the same time, we encourage people to, if they want to include a packing list, it's fine. If they want to take pictures of their cards for their own records, it's fine. But you have access to live links on your auctions, and then we send you all the accounting in Excel, so everything is totally documented, and you can follow your listings. But at the same time, one of the reasons why you're using us is to make your life easier. So if you're submitting 300 cards, you don't want to have to sit there, go into a database and input everything. So we just basically tell people to ship it to us. We open in front of the camera, so everything is documented, and then we script everything and we get everything up as fast as we can.
That's cool. So given how many cards you process, you probably have a better sense of the day-to-day of the sports card market. What's hot? What's not hot? Is it a hot month? Is it a cold month? Are prices going up? Are prices going down? You probably have a better sense of that than, frankly, anybody else. Your data, other than maybe the data control guys at eBay, like you probably have the richest view into the market.
Yeah, well, prices are going down mostly. So that's basically the trend.
It has been, right? It has been the trend for the last 18 months. And then, of course, for the last few years prior to that, the trend was prices were going up mostly.
Yeah, it was basically, if you wanted to just stand in one foot, cards at the height went anywhere between 12x to 20x on many, many items. And a lot of things have now rolled back to, let's say, 4 or 5 times X.
Based on where they were, what were we talking, like pre-2019?
Right before the boom, let's say 3 years ago. Okay. At this point, that's just a generalization, but it's actually pretty accurate. And vintage has held up much better than modern. And within modern, anything that's really not special has gotten slaughtered. And if the card is special, meaning like it is really a desirable one of one, or it's a serial numbered card or an RPA or something that's really special, more so than like a base card, anything basically common that you can buy within a week's time frame, all those kind of cards have gotten slaughtered.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that for sure. So the big question though, where do we go from here? Does this pattern persist in 2023? Do we hit a point where the market's dropped enough and we get back to the pattern we saw pre-pandemic, where things were going up, not at the crazy pace that they were during the pandemic, but that they were stepping up steadily for a while there?
It's a great question. So I think that we're still seeing, one of the things I still do is I send invoices to all the items that are $300 and above every day. So we're still seeing a new influx of people that are coming in as new investors, especially overseas. And we're still seeing record prices throughout the industry all the time. The Mickey Mantle, PSA 9 just sold for a record price. So at the top end, we're still seeing a lot of strength. But I think what we're seeing is the cards that really had no right being expensive have rolled back, and people are becoming much more educated and wiser in terms of the things that they invest in. I'll give like an example that I've given previously, like a Luka base Prism, which is not a very difficult card to get. I think there's 20,000 PSA 10s. At one point it was $2,100, and even though Luka's having an MVP type season, you would think that it would have gone up in value. At the start of the season, it was over $400, down from $2,100, and now it's dipped down into the low to mid 300s. So, investors and collectors and bidders are getting much wiser in terms of the things that they're putting money into, and they're realizing that card really isn't a special card. If you like Luka, there are premium items that you can invest in. Most notably, the National Treasures issue. That's the safest, best investment.
Is there a role? So, the base cards, the higher population cards, I mean, I agree with you in terms of huge population, and therefore you got a huge supply. Demand's really got to be hot to, real hot in order to cause that supply to go back up. But we had that in 2020 and 2022, I should say, to cause prices to go back up. But we had that in 2020 and the first part of 2021. Is there a role for base cards in the sense that they are more, they're very liquid, they're very easy to track, they're easy to chart on a graph and see trend lines, you understand where those are. Are we going to get to a point, you think, where base cards actually have some value again, perhaps even to an investor or a speculator, because of the fact that they've kind of reached a point that is maybe low enough where everyone's willing to get in? Or do you think that base cards are just common?
Well, I think there was one occurrence that's extremely important to recognize. So base cards now, the submission process is very normal. What happened with PSA at the height, and Beckett as well, at the height of the COVID, when the prices were roaring up, is that there were thousands and thousands of these cards that were all submitted and on hold. So people weren't aware of what the pop counts were. And then there was an avalanche. Once PSA got caught up, they were literally having thousands and thousands of these cards hitting the market all at the same time. And the demand wasn't strong enough that it could support it at the current price levels. Whereas now, the submission process is going pretty fast. PSA is getting orders out very fast. So is SGC, so is Beckett. And collectors are able to sort of evaluate what kind of inventory is hitting the market on a more normal basis. Where previously, during COVID, everything was backed up, and it was sort of swelling, and then an avalanche hit the market all at once they got caught up, and it was just too much inventory for the market to handle.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm with Rick Probstein from Probstein 123, one of the very top sellers and top consigners on eBay. So Rick, I know you do some investing on your own. I know you do some collecting on your own as well. Who would you be investing in, or who are you investing in right now, if anyone, given the current market conditions?
I mean, I'm all in the industry. So, I have a significant percentage of my portfolio is in sports cards versus other types of assets. I'm in a lot of vintage stuff. I have a Babe Ruth rookie, high grade. I have a lot of Jordan rookies and 10s. I have a lot of special vintage cards from Bill Russell to Jackie Robinson to Mickey Mantle to Ty Cobb, that kind of stuff. I don't have a lot of the AFC quarterback type of inventory. The most modern I really deal with is Brady and Michael Jordan. Those are the two guys that are modern that I'm invested in. And other than that, everything is vintage.
And it's those guys, I assume, just because they're considered the greatest of all time at their respective sports. So you feel like there's the long-term value there with those guys?
I mean, for me, the best football card in our industry is the champ ticket with Brady. And, one of the most iconic cards is the Jordan rookie. That card is sort of like, if our industry is going to get back to a higher level, that card's going to go. And if the industry is going to keep on a down, continue declining, then that card will continue to decline too. But I think that the there's enough demand and interest that I think that they've sort of have leveled out, and enough have turned over the course of the year. I think there's 40 out of the 100 Brady Champ tickets have changed hands. So a lot of the Brady Champ tickets previously were in collectors' hands who couldn't say no to $1 million for a card, and now that they're in wealthier hands, the market's going to stabilize.
That is an interesting pattern that we might see play out that I think people are maybe not focusing on enough, which is that you had a ton of turnover of all of these big cards over the course of the last 18 months because the market did what it did. I mean, I saw a stat that said there were more of the 86 Fleer Jordan PSA 10s, that hit the market in the last 18 months than I think any other period in history.
I would say it's over 100 hit the
I
market.
believe. Yeah.
I think over 100 hit the market. So, the only trend that we are seeing now, and things got so bad, is that the wealthier people have been forced to sell some of their assets because they just, for whatever circumstances. And then the other trend is people have also decided that they would rather have their assets in one area versus another, meaning, somebody says, you know what, I really want to have a high grade Mickey Mantle rookie. I'm going to sell some of my Patrick Mahomes and put the money there instead. So there are a lot of high dollar cards that are coming out from affluent people, and they're just sort of reshuffling and reorganizing their portfolio into things that they feel that are safer ground.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rick, I got to give you a compliment. You've turned into quite the content creator. You used to be, like, if we rewind the clock like 2 years ago, you were kind of a little bit this mystery man that you got to maybe see once a year at the National, but otherwise, the Probstein 123, who was this guy? But now you're on Instagram every day. You got interesting stories. You're explaining how to detect a fake Jordan. You're talking about mistakes that have happened on cards. You get a lot of interesting content coming out each and every day. What inspired you to become a content creator?
Jeff Wilson. I'm Jeff Wilson wannabe.
Well, you're doing a great job at it. So we appreciate it. You're a good follow on Instagram. Everyone should go follow Rick Probstein and Probstein123 on Instagram because Rick's a good follow. All right, I'm going to get you out of here on this. Final question. We talked about some of the cards you're investing in, but is there a player who you don't care about maybe from an investment standpoint, but you just love to PC? Is there or a particular card that you have maybe that you just love to have?
I mean, Jordan's my guy. Jordan and Brady. Those are my two guys. So
they're both investment and PC with those guys.
Yeah, I grew up, Jordan was my guy, and the definitive guy of this generation for me, the GOAT of GOATs is really Tom Brady,
Those are the guys. Those are the guys for sure. Awesome, Rick. Well, I appreciate you joining us again. Thank you. Happy holidays to you and your whole team.
Happy holidays to everybody. Thanks for having me on.
Take care. All right, that was Rick Probstein of Probstein123. We're excited to have him on. We are excited to get to our next guests as well. Let me once again give a shout out to Midwest Cards, our official wax sponsor, and eBay Collectibles, our presenting sponsor, for helping to bring all of these fine folks on tonight. We've got next up from the Lukas Tigers and Bronze Oh My podcast. We've got Cage, the Cage Lawyer. We've got Andrew. We're gonna have a good conversation next.
I think the eBay Vault is a no-brainer for so many people. I mean, eBay is the biggest marketplace in the world, so it only makes sense to store my cards there.
And there they are, Cage and Andrew. How are you guys doing?
I thought I was supposed to have a solo spot. What is this? I do a show with this guy every
I'm off
day.
mute. What's up, Jeff? How you doing?
I'm doing
There
good.
we go. He can't get his audio to work.
There
Look,
we
he's
go.
frozen.
He
Can
can't
we hear
often
you?
get
Can we
things
hear
to work.
you?
I can hear
we
both of
get
you
him?
guys. You both sound great. Can you hear each other?
I can't hear.
I can't hear
but it's
everything he's
okay.
saying.
Oh, you can't hear each other. You could just hear me. Well, that's a fun thing.
I could hear him in my head all the time with his ridiculous takes. Sell Mahomes, sell Mahomes. Now he has Probstein saying sell Mahomes and buy Jordan.
You know, yeah. You know, this is probably, guys, I'll be honest, this is probably best for the interview tonight for our viewers, that you cannot hear each other. It's basically, I've got both of you in a timeout box. You're not allowed to hear the other. Okay, so we're gonna roll with this. I like this, actually.
By the way, Geoff, normally I can hear him, but I don't listen. Now
Okay.
I can't hear him. So
So-
it's an interesting change.
So Cage, since you cannot hear Andrew, and Andrew, you cannot hear Cage. Cage, I'm gonna ask you the first question. My question is what do you find most annoying about Andrew, and what do you think Andrew finds most annoying about you? And then we're gonna go ask him the questions, and we're gonna see how close you guys get.
Wow, this is a tough one right off the bat. What do I find most annoying about Andrew? I know what he finds most annoying about me is that I tell him no about 50 times for every one time I say yes. So that's definitely it. And there it is. What he finds annoying about me is when we do things like this, I know in advance not to send a headshot. This way I don't have my head put on a ridiculous Christmas sweater and look as silly as he did. We have so many people already sending that picture around in all of our group chats of him looking like an elf. And I'm like, all right, that's why. This is why I didn't do it.
Smart man, Cage. Smart man. Well, you are the attorney, so you understand, you know, the inner workings of this stuff a little more. You know how to protect yourself, protect your clients. Okay, Andrew, I got Cage's reply. Now you got to tell me, what do you find most annoying about Cage, and what do you think Cage finds most annoying about you?
I don't think he finds anything annoying about me. What I think is the most annoying thing about Cage is I'll call him with an idea, a concept, something I read in the news, something I heard on a podcast, and say, Cage, I just had an epiphany, you know? Here's the difference between, you know, Bitcoin and other cryptos. Maybe take a listen to this podcast. He's like, what are you telling me to do? What's the action step? What do you want from me? We all know Bitcoin is great. Now what, Andrew? Just jumps down my throat anytime I just bring him any little piece of information, insight, knowledge, anything like that.
That was pretty close. So Cage said that he thought that you were going to complain about the number of times he says no to you. 50 no's to every yes, and yeah, that's pretty much what you said. So I think you guys are a good couple, or at least you've worked together long enough to just grow completely disenchanted with each other by this point. So
Can I add one thing that I love
Yes.
about Cage, though?
Yes.
I'm someone who loves to dream. Dream big. I want to accomplish huge things. I know we could do amazing stuff. Cage reminds me that taking it one step at a time is just as important. You can't get to step 10 if you don't do step 2, 3, 4, and he keeps you grounded.
Well, that's very nice, Andrew. So Andrew just interjected and said that he wanted to say something nice about you. And he talked about how you keep him grounded and how he's a big dreamer, and you help ensure that the right steps are in place for him to get where he needs to get. So now, Cage, I feel like you need to say something nice about Andrew.
You got to give me more time to come up with something.
Cage needs more time, Andrew. So we're gonna give Cage till the end of the show
Phone
tonight.
a friend.
So for everyone in the audience who does not know who these two individuals are, this is Cage Lawyer, this is Andrew. They've got a great podcast, Lukas Tigers, Bronze, oh my. You guys are what, 600, 700 episodes in, Cage, is that right?
I think we're
rookie
heading
numbers. Pop
closer
those
to
numbers up.
900. We're at 8 and change,
900.
870, 875. I think we're up to now, yeah.
Wow, that's wild. And you guys are doing this daily, right?
Yep, every day. We started July 16th of 2020 and have done an episode, at least one episode a day ever since. So 2.5 years
July
almost.
16th of 2020, episode every day. So Andrew, you guys can't possibly record every day, right? I mean, you got vacations, you got holidays, you got life that gets in the way sometimes. So how do you kind of navigate through that?
I mean, we definitely game plan for vacations. Like guest episodes are evergreen, right? So like you could record a few guest episodes in a day and air them as like Cage and his family love Disney World. They're huge Disney World guys. So for stuff like that, we'll pre-record. But I got to tell you, I'm very lucky to have him as a co-host because a lot of our conversations are similar to like what our phone call would be, you know? They're not really scripted. They're off the cuff. They're just what we're thinking about, what we're talking about that day. And it seems challenging, but once you get started, it's sort of momentum. You don't want to let your partner down, so you just keep going.
That's an incredible run to do that every single day. So when you guys started doing this back in 2020, that's the market was really starting to boom. It was during the pandemic. Things are going up. Things have felt a little different this year, right? We've seen things falling back down again. Cage, you were talking recently. Actually, I saw an Instagram clip. You've done a good job, by the way. Good job on the content creation side of taking some of your shows and taking various thoughts and breaking them down into Instagram clips. I like that. And I was watching one the other day where you were talking about how people, maybe there's more stuff getting called out now, more content around, those types of things because of the fact that not everyone's as pumped up and excited about the market right now and where the market's going, right? What do you think, Cage, what do you think is kind of the current mentality right now in the sports card hobby?
Yeah, I mean, 100% correct. There's always been this type of content out there, but it's getting a lot more play, a lot more legs now because, it's harder. And, when everybody's making money, it's rah-rah, we're all the greatest. And it's not just sports cards, guys. And, this isn't a personal attack to anybody who puts out any kind of content or anything like that. But, we saw it. Andrew and I were dipping our toes in the crypto space, too. And, these guys, when everyone's making money, we have the best community. We're all, rah-rah, like this is the best thing in the world. This NFT is great. And then all of a sudden the price starts to go down and everyone's jumping ship and it's the worst place in the world. So, I guess it's human nature. There's that saying, right, of, misery loves company. So, if people are losing, unfortunately, when we had this investor mentality, right, where it was, let's flip cards, let's buy 1 week and try to sell it for more money the next week. When that kind of died down, all of a sudden, I think what we saw a lot of was people didn't want to say that they were making bad moves. They want to say that the system is rigged against them. And there's some great big, monopoly of craziness. That is the reason why they're not making money the way they were a couple of years ago. But I think, we're getting to a nice point here in the hobby where, we're evening out, right? Collectors, investors, flippers, all those fun titles, it almost goes away, right? Because, without the price fluctuations that we had in 2020, people are just buying cards that they like. If the price happens to go up, great. People are finding, bargains. People are able to, find cards where the price came back down to them that maybe they missed. I talk to a lot of people and people are having a little more fun now, So, there is that.
And cards are more affordable, so you can afford to get in. I mean, that's the upside of it. Like, I get grumpy. I understand why people are grumpy. I'm grumpy that my cards are worth less today than what they were worth a year ago. But at the same time, I also appreciate the fact that I can go to a store now and actually buy a box of cards to rip with my son and not have it be an absolute insane price and actually be able to find that box of cards, or that we can go to a card show together and not feel as bad about picking up a nicer card. He can walk around a card show floor with $30 or $50 and actually walk away with a pretty nice card. Whereas there's very little he could have bought, a year and a half ago other than a base card, right, for that price. Like a PSA 9 Bowl, right? Or even at one point that was probably about $50 too. Who knows? So, it's there are upsides to the downsides, as well. Certainly. I know you still kind of do some plays on your podcast and that kind of stuff, Cage. Is there anyone right now you got your eye on? We're getting towards the end of the football season here. You got baseball off-season opportunities there. We're a little bit into the NBA season. Any guy in particular you got your eye on right now?
Yeah, on yesterday's episode, I actually said, a pretty safe entry right now would be Dak Prescott in the NFL. His stuff ran, he got injured, it kind of fell off. He got injured again this year. We had this crazy Cooper Rush, NFL quarterback controversy. Jerry Jones didn't help. But with Garoppolo going down, I know Jalen Hurts is the favorite. I know Jalen Hurts and the Eagles look great. But I just have a feeling if Dallas had a window, the window opened up a little bit more with Garoppolo getting injured to make the Super Bowl. The Eagles basically being the only one standing in their way. And I wouldn't be surprised if they added Odell Beckham Jr. I know there's some stuff coming out that they were nervous about his physical. I think that's a little smoke to keep other teams away from him. But I mean, Dak, what's the downside? His stuff's been beaten up. And if he happens to go to a Super Bowl, there's some potential upside there. So I just actually gave that play yesterday for the NFL.
I think that's actually a pretty smart play. People don't really talk about Dak very often. Like, they really don't in the card community. I mean, he was popular, obviously, if you rewind 4 or 5 years ago, but really not nearly as much today. Yet the Cowboys are in a pretty sneaky position. I mean, they got an incredible defense, and they're in a pretty good position there in the NFC, as you just said. Andrew, how about anyone on your mind? Anyone who you've been looking at recently?
This is fun because I can't piggyback, right? I can't piggyback to on what Cage said.
That's true. You didn't even hear him. You want me to tell you what he said? Do you know what he said?
I don't. I don't want to piggyback. Okay. First off, I got to give you kudos, man. Putting on this whole production and the scheduling of the guests 2 days back to back, and shout out to Kelly because we do one episode a week, one episode like a day. It takes time. It's not easy. So kudos to you and the team for this, first of all.
Thank you. It's something the whole team works really, really hard on. Them much more than me. I just get to show up and ask you guys goofball questions. But they've grinded on this thing for a long time. So they're going to
Kelly is so diligent. Kelly is so diligent. She made sure I'm on mute at least 5 times. At least 5 times that I'm on mute. Before the World Cup, Mbappe was an interesting opportunity because he kind of has a series of fortunate events coming up, right? So he's youngest player and he's scoring a lot of goals. So he's going to pass Pele for that. He could get player of the year. He has that opportunity. He could win the World Cup again. So he'll have 2 World Cups and he's transferring to Real Madrid. So you have this like really nice continuous kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 punch with Mbappe. But Geoff, I'll tell you, man, what's really cool about our podcast is I get to learn so much from the guests that we have on and from my co-host who's been in this hobby for 4 decades. And I'm in a stage in a down market of learning, right? So before you buy, you got to understand the market, understand which cards are going to have lasting power. So it's not just enough to pick the right player. You have to pick the right card of the right player. So to be honest, I'm in the process of learning, buying cards, going to shows, and then trading, selling, buying, and trying to learn the market a little bit better. So for the next run that we have in a year, 5 years, 10 years, I'm more prepared.
That's awesome. That's a great attitude. That's awesome, Andrew. I love it. Everybody out there, this is Cage and Andrew from the Lukas Tigers Bronze Oh My podcast. Go check them out wherever you get your podcast. I appreciate you guys joining the virtual. Happy holidays to both of you, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you for having us. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Take care, guys. Awesome. That was awesome. All right. Also awesome are the giveaways. The giveaways start in less than an hour, guys. The giveaways are coming up not that long from now. So if you have not entered the giveaways tonight, the link is on the top of the YouTube chat. You've got to enter fresh tonight, even if you entered last night, and you got to confirm the email that you get once you enter. So please go do that now, and we're going to be doing those giveaways in a little while. But first, we got some more great guests. Next up, we got a great breaker to introduce you to. Let's go ahead and get him ready to bring on.
Opening a fresh box of cards is one of the most exciting experiences that a collector has in the sports card hobby. Midwest Cards is the place where anyone in the hobby can start or grow their collection with confidence. With more 5-star Google reviews than any other sports card retailer and the Midwest Insider program, you'll be taken care of on your first purchase and every step of the way for years to come. To start looking for your next box of cards, visit MidwestCards.com.
Hey, Chris, how you doing? Welcome to the virtual holiday.
I'm here. Hi, Geoff. How are you?
We're doing
Thank
great.
you.
So for everybody who doesn't know, Chris Keller is the owner, the proprietor of Top Shelf Breaks, a great online breaker. When I got back into sports cards, I found you guys relatively early on. Actually, you were on a Breaker Culture podcast. And so you've been on a few of those with Ty from Breaker Culture and learned about your operation from there. I know you opened up a shop a couple of years ago. Tell everybody about Top Shelf Breaks and everything you guys do.
We did. We founded the company in 2014. I came from the music business and the music industry, and I wanted to bring what I learned in radio into the world of breaking back in 2014. And we had dreams and goals of opening up a shop someday. And we kind of made a name for ourselves. We wanted to build a brand, which I'm sure you're very familiar with. And it just started to build over the years, kind of one customer at a time, one break at a time, one relationship at a time. And we opened up the first store. The first retail location was 5 years ago already, because this is our second year in this location.
Wow.
So I'm in the back of the shop right now, in the back of the house. And we run the shop during the day, and we do breaks at nighttime. And it's been a great ride. absolutely a blast so far.
That's a cool story. So it sounds like you really took it step by step. Like this sounds like there's a good nugget of a business lesson in here for the audience, right? So you wanted to, you kind of made the leap, you wanted to get into breaking, you saw this as an opportunity, and then it sounds like you just kind of really truly took this step by step, working on building out your customer base to the point where you could then open a store and then later open a bigger store.
That's it. It's kind of, I'm very entrepreneurial. I've read a lot of entrepreneurial books and videos and movies and follow people. And we didn't start out the company thinking, hey, how many breaks can we do? How much money are we going to make? It was about what can we explain to the customers in the hobby of what we're all about. So that starts with distributors. It starts with your peers, the other breakers. And it starts with, the community that you're building one person at a time. And it took time. And my wife, I have to shout out to my wife. Thankful for her at the time. She was bringing the real money into the family and allowed me to start breaking little by little and just traveling. You got to go to events, Geoff. You got to network. You got to make relationships. So there's a lot of people along the way that helped me get right here to this exact spot. I'm very grateful and thankful for that.
That's awesome. What an entrepreneurial journey. That's very cool. So as a breaker, I got to ask you a question. You pull a lot of big cards. I've seen a ton of highlights of your cards being pulled from your breaks, and you're always very entertaining when you pull a big card, and you and your other breakers pull a lot of them. Does it desensitize you? Like pulling all these big cards all the time, does it desensitize you and you're not able to actually enjoy collecting? Or are you still able to find joy in collecting even though you're constantly exposed to a lot of the best cards there are?
Yeah, I do not get bored or kind of glazed over when you pull or see and hold a very rare, cool card like a Tom Brady 1/1 out of Spectra. That's something that's extremely rare. It's Tom Brady, and it's really cool. But for me personally, I do not have a very large card collection. I think people may think that I have this amazing PSA slabbed world of high-end cards. I do not. I'm very selective about the cards I collect. My favorite number is 222, so I collect cards with 222 on them. If you have a 222 card somehow, that's for me. If it's 222 out of 259, that belongs here. And these are my two favorite cards in my collection right here. These are my boys. You may remember these from the 2019 National. That's my two boys, Brixton and Colston. PSA had these made at the 2019 National Sports Card Convention. So, I see cards every day in the shop, in the breaks. It's still really fun to see rare, cool, hot cards pulled out of the packs and boxes. Never get old.
That's awesome, Chris. And for those out there who have maybe never heard of Top Shelf Breaks, maybe never broken with you before, let everybody know how they can find you online, and then let everyone know how they can find your retail store as well.
Yeah, we're located in Elgin, Illinois. It's a western suburb of downtown Chicago. We're about 20 minutes from the National. So if you've been to the National, we're 20 minutes directly west. So when you come out this summer, we look forward to seeing you out here at the shop. And we do the breaks here as well. We're at topshelfbreaks.com. You can go to the website and get your spots and join us for the breaks each night.
There you go. Chris is one of the good guys in the business. Definitely support him. Check out Top Shelf Breaks. And Chris, happy holidays to you and your team.
Geoff, thank you. And I know the guys said it earlier, but you have a highly professional team running this whole thing. And to me, professionalism stands far and away beyond anything else. So thanks for the inclusion. Thanks for having us. And happy holidays, everybody.
Really appreciate it. Happy holidays to you too. Take care, Chris. All right, guys, I'm extremely excited about this next guest. We have David Liner from Fanatics Trading Cards, the president of Fanatics Trading Cards. He's coming on live. This is going to be, are we going to get some news breaking? Are we going to find something? I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited to talk to David. Let's go ahead and see if we can get David live here on the virtual. Oh, I don't have any audio now. Oh, I have audio. David, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. You can hear me okay? See me okay?
We got it, David. We got it. You're back. You're on. We got you live. We got your audio up. Everything is great. We appreciate you joining tonight. First of all, thank you for taking the time. I know you and your team at Fanatics have been unbelievably busy. You guys have been hiring like crazy. You've been, making all kinds of moves, and I'm excited to hear a little bit about that. This year must have been a wild year for you because at the beginning of the year, you were one of the leaders at Topps, right? You were leading Topps. And then, of course, Fanatics acquires Topps right at the start of this year. At some point, you move over to Fanatics, and now you're, the president of Fanatics Trading Cards. What has this year been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, this has been an unbelievable past 12 months. Really a roller coaster for myself and my team. And I'd be remiss to not have a shout out to the entire global Topps team for dealing with the last 12 months really, really well, all the change management, all the transition. The folks already at Fanatics Collectibles, when we joined, we've been integrating those teams together and have a lot of great folks with a lot of enthusiasm to really get behind this hobby and grow it and take it to all new heights. And the people at Fanatics have been great, just onboarding all of us, just a fantastic team across the board, across all the verticals at Fanatics. So, but yeah, navigating the last 12 months has been quite a challenge, but it's been great, honestly. I mean, we started the year, as you mentioned, on January 1st. We were acquired by Fanatics, which was just industry breaking news. Topps has been an independent company for nearly its entire existence. It's gone through many different ownership structures. We had strong ownership and leadership before the acquisition, but coming over to Fanatics has just been great. I mean, you hear folks at the top, the leadership team from Michael Rubin talking about where we can take this hobby, how we can grow it, how we can invest behind it. The rest of the leadership team alongside Michael Rubin, you don't see all those folks, but you have so many people inside Fanatics that are really energetic about the collectibles business. Mike Mahan was recently hired as our CEO, who brings just great enthusiasm, energy to the business. He knows the business really, really well, really savvy guy with a just substantial background and experience in the world of sports, media. So it's been great having him on board. But coming and joining Fanatics, it's just we see this as kind of a new baseline for the industry. We have great partners involved and invested in the future of the trading card industry. We have all the leagues and the players associations that have ownership not only in Fanatics, but in the Fanatics Collectibles business itself. So it's really been it's been fun, and we have a lot of big plans for the future. We really feel we're just getting started. To use a baseball analogy, we don't think we're in the 7th or 8th inning of this. We're in the 1st or 2nd inning. There's so much growth to come. So many exciting things to do together as an industry.
So I'm super pumped up to hear all the excitement, all the enthusiasm about the future. That's awesome. This year, the year 2022, has been a year that some would say maybe is a little bit of a letdown for the industry, right? We've seen sales slow down. Some dealers I know are not selling as much as they used to. We've seen secondary market prices drop and that type of thing. So long term, you got a ton of enthusiasm. I have a ton of enthusiasm, but what's the outlook right now? Like, what's the feeling like about the current state of things?
Yeah, I mean, we're in this for the long term, right? We have long-term partnerships that allow us to really do things differently in the industry. I mean, previously at Topps, we would have licensing agreements, 3-year, 5-year agreements, really hard to have a very long-term perspective on the business. So we're extremely long-term focused. We want to do the right things by the industry in the long term. And what we're seeing today, I mean, we've seen, folks talking about the pullback in the singles market on the secondary. That obviously affects us on the primary wax sale part of the business as well. But some of these, we're seeing it more as a correction, right? We've seen crashes in other markets, things like the NFT and crypto market that others have alluded to. We saw a ton of new folks join this industry and this business and get into collecting. And a lot of folks join for investment purposes as well. So I think a lot of people needed to go through an education process to really understand the industry, understand the dynamics of it. So I think we did see some prices become irrational earlier this year that I think for a lot of folks that had been in this business for a long time, we kind of knew this had to come down to some degree to be healthier from a long-term basis. But for us at Fanatics, the way we're looking at everything, this we hope we're in a small correction here. We have some macroeconomic headwinds that all companies are facing, but we have a lot of ideas. We have a lot of investment, a lot of capital that we're going to deploy into this business to make sure we're doing all the things for the long-term health of the business and get us, moving in a strong trajectory. But we still see very, very strong sales. I mean, this is a dip. And we're working through that, but sales remain really strong. We have a lot of strong indications, a lot of new folks coming into the business. So there's a lot of strength as well, but it is a slowdown, absolutely.
So a lot of enthusiasm still. That's awesome to hear. One of the things that you did that I thought was a really good thing to maybe give the market a little bit of a boost, and certainly was collector friendly, was this recent buyback around Aaron Judge and Paul Goldschmidt cards from Topps Chrome. Can you talk a little bit about that, and also kind of what the thought process was that inspired you to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So one, I think you've heard Fanatics talk a lot about the collector, the fan, the small businesses, the hobby shops. This program was really designed for the collectors, for the hobby shops, to support entrepreneurs, and to do something fun. I mean, we need to remember in this industry too, like, this is super fun. I mean, we live and breathe trading cards every day. So we wanted to do something fun. We themed it around Small Business Saturday to get folks, to take cards of two iconic great players, the MVPs in 2022, dig out some of those cards that they might have opened a couple months earlier, bring them into their hobby store, drive that traffic into the hobby store, and get folks to try something new, buy some new product, buy a single that you've wanted. And we also believe when you have MVP years, to us, we feel those cards are a little more special, a little more unique. And, we'll see long-term, do people put more value into an Aaron Judge or a Paul Goldschmidt card in an MVP year? Historically, that hasn't been the case, but we feel there's something special. There's some more meaning to that. So at the end of the day, we really wanted to, create a unique program here. We feel there's value in those MVP cards. They're special, they're unique, but we wanted to get folks back into stores, back purchasing product, and enjoying and having fun with this hobby. So that was really the crux of the program.
And I think the program still persists for a while, right? Does it go through, or is it officially over at this point?
No, it goes through opening day, basically March 31st of next year.
So if you've got a Paul Goldschmidt or Aaron Judge card, take it into your local hobby shop from 2022 Topps Chrome, and you get, I think, a minimum of $20 store credit. More of it's a refractor, and a lot more of it's a numbered card.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we wanted to do it at all different tiers, and we wanted to do it at a value that was impactful, and that, let's dig out those, let's find those cards, let's get to our hobby stores, let's buy some stuff, let's participate. So yeah, $20 up to $200. The program runs through March 31st. So, dig those cards out, find them. They're valuable, they have meaning, and go support your hobby stores.
Where are all those cards going though once they're bought back? What happens to them?
Oof. Lots of things can happen to them.
Okay.
I mean, with Topps, you've seen us do all sorts of buybacks, all sorts of things in the past, nothing to this scale and grandeur. I have a feeling you might see those cards reappear somewhere. The Hudson River's always looking for new things too. We love the Hudson River. So you never know.
Well, what you've done is you've also inadvertently, or maybe purposefully, made the cards actually much more rare, right? Because so many people are redeeming them that those who actually kept their Aaron Judge or Paul Goldschmidt cards now have a much more rare item during their MVP year. And so it's kind of interesting. Of course, it will all depend on what comes down, how these cards are eventually handled in the future.
Yeah, a lot of game theory here. It's super fun. I mean, that's a lot of what we're trying to do too. Like, add a lot of fun and joy into this hobby. That's what we all got started. And I mean, most of us started as kids. Let's get the fun stuff back.
So I want to take that question and segue into the future. I do want to mention that you guys had another big announcement recently, $9 grading for any card out of the new Bowman Chrome. Is that right? With SGC grading, any card, $9. Doesn't matter what card it is out of Bowman Chrome?
Yeah, that was another program that we're trying to, infuse a lot of, joy, excitement, and entertainment. I know earlier we talked about the grading card companies, Beckett, PSA, SGC, they're all kind of, have turned the corner. They're getting products back to consumers more quickly. We wanted to do something fun to, we know Bowman Chrome, it's the home of the first Bowman card. Collectors chase these cards. They grade these cards. That's a big part of the Bowman line, right? To get those, first cards, first professional cards of all these players. So grading's a huge aspect of that. We wanted to come up with a special and a deal. SGC was a great partner in this. Jumped right on it to get collectors out there grading the cards. Their SGC is turning around the cards quickly for the consumers. So yeah, we thought it was a win-win for everybody. Really excited to introduce that program and an early partnership for Fanatics Collectibles.
That's awesome. Congrats to you on doing that. That's cool. Again, both of these things you guys have done recently, I feel like they're very collector friendly. I feel like that's great news, and hobby shop friendly as well with the promotion you did there. So I think those are great signs to come. So looking to 2023, looking to next year, what can collectors expect from Fanatics trading cards?
Yeah, so I think you'll see a lot next year. I mean, right, we were just acquired Jan 1. As a lot of folks know, the process to make trading cards is quite lengthy. So when we were acquired, we were basically already working, on products all the way into Q3. So Fanatics, by the time we round, Jan 1 here, Fanatics is really going to be able to start putting its thumbprint on a lot of these products and infuse a lot of new energy. So I think you'll continue to see us, improve and put out great products. We're trying to get caught up from a supply chain perspective, finish out some of our 2022 calendar in early 2023. But you're going to continue to see that. Supporting our current and existing partners in a much bigger way. We want to continue doing a lot more with hobby stores. I think the hobby has seen Fanatics moving away from its reliance on hobby distributors and embracing more of a direct model, taking a lot more stores direct with us so we can have that more direct relationship. There's tremendous benefit for collectors, stores, and ourselves by having that model. So I think you're going to continue to see us supporting and growing our partners. We're going to continue to look at ways to simplify and educate people. I mean, for this industry to thrive, you got to get new people into the industry. And there's not a lot of data and facts around this industry about the number of collectors out there. Topps is a well-known brand. Panini is a well-known brand. People know trading cards, but we truly believe we're scratching the surface of the potential collector universe out there. There's a lot more people that want to get into this hobby and they want to collect, whether it's investing, whether it's for fun, but it is a really tricky onboarding process, right? This is really, really complicated. Many of us on this call, we can talk the talk and refractors and parallels and all this stuff. How things are graded. We're putting out 50 different baseball releases a year. There's a lot of complexity. So I think you're going to see us looking at ways to simplify some of what we're doing today. I think you're going to see us educating collectors and onboarding and wrapping people into this business and this collecting, hobby much, much more. So we're really excited about that. And we want to do that as we lean into marketing like we've never marketed before. I mean, I can tell you, I was at Legacy Topps for about 13 years. We didn't do a ton of marketing. I don't think the industry itself has really ever done a ton of marketing. And we have tremendous access at Fanatics to athletes, to, experiential, experiences, ballparks, athletes, all sorts of things that we really think we can bring to collectors that are really exciting. So I think you're going to see tremendous marketing. So, the MVP Chrome program was a piece of that, an early glimpse of some of the things we think we can do. But I think you're going to see a lot of innovative, new, creative ways to bring new collectors into the hobby.
That makes me really excited. And I've been saying on this channel ever since the news first broke about Fanatics getting involved in trading cards that the big long-term benefit they were going to bring is this amazing marketing machine, marketing muscle, exposure to the hobby, potentially growing the hobby multiple times what it is today. I think that's great long-term for both investors and collectors. I think it's great for everybody. So I'm really excited to hear you say all of that. Now, of course, the question, David, that's been on everybody's mind the last several months involves rumors. Is Fanatics acquiring Panini? What's going on? There's been rumors that there was a done deal and then the deal was never done. And what's the latest? And will Fanatics soon be in the production of basketball cards and football cards? Or are we going to really have to wait all the way until 2026 for that to start happening?
Well, I mean, look, there's never a shortage of drama in our industry, right? So will it be 25 or 26? Well, here today we are making NIL cards, right? We have our collegiate and those products for both basketball and football. But look, the basketball rights, as we publicly stated, start in Q4 of 2025. The NFL starts in Q2 of 2026. If there's a way to accelerate those rights to do something sooner, of course, we're always looking at that stuff. We're super excited to get involved with the NBA and the NFL. Myself being at Topps for all these years, this is a dream. I grew up in Chicago, big Bulls fan. big NBA fan. So we're really excited. So we'll see what opportunities present themselves. But worst case, go out, get your NIL collegiate products, wait till 25 or 26 or see what other tricks we have up our sleeve. But we'll see where that goes.
All right, so we're not breaking any news tonight, but it does sound like at some point in time, our Topps Chrome basketball cards that I revere from the 2000s, at some point in time, those Topps Chrome basketball cards will come back to life. It's probably just a matter of when, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think, you're going to see us bring back the best and brightest brands that we have. You'll see new ones introduced, all of that. We have a lot of brands that never existed, when we last had the NBA rights in 2008, 2009. So we're incredibly excited. Topps Chrome will obviously be a staple of that. Yeah, early 2000s, LeBron's, the late 90s, the Kobe's and Iversons, all that stuff. I mean, Topps Chrome's been a staple of really both basketball and football. So we are super excited to bring those back.
I'm excited for that as well. Real quick, before I get you out of here, I want to ask you about entertainment cards. Is Star Wars a big part of your future? Zero Cool? What are you guys doing in that realm?
Yeah, so the world of culture and entertainment is incredibly important to all of us at Fanatics. Topps has always been involved in the entertainment and culture world, but in a smaller way, right? You mentioned Star Wars. We've dabbled in other properties. At Fanatics, I think you're going to see us bring to life a lot more in the entertainment and culture space. I think you'll see more entertainment and culture products. You'll see more of culture being woven into the fabric of some of the sports products we're producing. So there's definitely a much bigger, broader focus on culture and entertainment. You're going to see a lot more out of Star Wars. Hopefully some big announcements in the coming months coming out of Star Wars. We're really excited about that. Zero Cool is a strong brand in our staple that has been, being developed over the last several months. So, look out for, Stranger Things, Dune, Clerk, some other properties coming out, leveraging our Zero Cool brand, leveraging Topps, and all the great brands we have across the board. So more to come, but definitely a giant focus, giant market. We want to delight consumers on that side of the business as well.
All right, David, final question. As the head of the biggest company right now in trading cards, who do you collect?
Yeah, so it's a great question. I open a lot of product. Absolutely love doing that and looking through all the cards. I'm actually more of a game-worn jersey collector. So I actually collect, my biggest collection is Chicago Bulls game-worn jerseys from the championship era. So that's my passion. But, being around Topps and being around trading cards and having collected as a kid and still collecting trading cards today, I focus a lot of my energy on the Cubs. Grew up in Chicago. There's unfortunately not a ton to focus on these days with the Cubs. So I can reminisce maybe about the 2016 World Championship team, or, go back to the vintage stuff and go back to the Ryan Sandbergs and folks like that. But to me, today I really just mostly collect Cubs cards. And that's pretty much it in my Bulls collection.
There are some beautiful old Topps Ernie Banks cards out there. Some real beautiful designs. I'm sure you have some of those.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, wonderful. David, this has been really, really great for you to come on. I really appreciate you giving us an update and telling all of us what's going on. All the collectors out there who are watching tonight, everyone is excited to see the type of impact Fanatics has, and we're all excited that you're moving the way that you are.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I really appreciate the invite and the time, and great to see you, Geoff, as well. And good luck with the rest of the program here, and can't wait to see a really vibrant future for the hobby.
Awesome. Take care. Happy holidays, David.
Thank you. Same to you.
All right. Wow, that was fun. That was fun, ladies and gentlemen. It's good hearing from the head man and hearing his excitement and enthusiasm. It actually got me a little pumped up as he's talking about the future and everything he's excited about, the marketing guys that Fanatics is going to put into it. That is going to be a game changer. I'm telling you, you may think the market's a little soft right now. You may think things are a little down right now. Just wait. Just wait. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be next month. We're talking a few years, I think, before this stuff really gets churning. But just wait. I think there's really bright days ahead for the sports card market. I'm really excited to be playing a role in it. It's exciting. All right. We got to go to our next guest. I got to remind you guys once again, we're going to start giving out the giveaways soon here, guys. We're like 20 minutes away from giving out giveaways. This is going to be one of your final chances to enter the giveaways tonight if you have not already. The link is on the top of the YouTube chat. Go enter the giveaways tonight. Confirm your email that you get. Wow, we got a big guest. I'm excited about our next guest. We're going to bring on, this is one you're not going to want to miss, because talk about a really, really, really cool new product. I'm going to leave it at that. Let's bring him on.
Tired of displaying your cards with rat traps? Medical bills shouldn't stop you from showing off your favorite cards. Sometimes you just want to enjoy a nice evening outside without worrying about your collection falling into a flaming inferno. Don't you hate it when you're polishing off your cereal bowl and your card falls in the garbage disposal? You reach down to get it and... oh no! You lose your hand! Introducing stand-up displays. No more messy cleanup while doing your dishes. Say goodbye to snappin' fingies and rat traps, and say hello to stand-up displays. No more awkward doctor visits. You can finally sit outside making memories without worrying about that pesky campfire roasting your cards. Go to standupdisplays.co for 25% off your entire order. Again, standupdisplays.co, 25% off. Does not include custom stands. Limited time offer. This special does not include custom stands. You must be 1 year old or older to display your collection. A few sports cards were torched in the production of this ad. Rat traps, garbage disposals, and fires will in fact damage your cards. Stand-up displays are cool.
Dan, welcome to the virtual.
Hey, Geoff, I don't know how I follow up that ad. That was amazing.
That was fun. That was fun. We had some fun putting that ad together. So for those of you who don't know, Dan is the founder of a company called Stand Up Displays. He's got some crazy new products to show you guys tonight, which I'm really excited about. I'm personally very excited because I invested in Dan's company a little bit over a year ago. So I'm a partner in Stand Up Displays now. I really believe in what he's doing. I also really like Dan as an entrepreneur. He had a corporate background. Well, tell everybody a little bit about your background, Dan.
Yeah, so I worked 11 years at a Fortune 500 company until recently, and decided to take this full time once you were involved with the company. It's been an awesome year. I've been doing this full time for a year now. Never would have thought that my life would have taken this turn, but it's been a blast.
Yeah, it's cool. You took the leap from corporate to being an entrepreneur. You invented a product for the sports card hobby. You saw there was real market opportunity. You saw there was a need. And sales have been good, and now you've got something new. So let's talk about that. I'm really excited to show this to the audience.
Sure. So this is over 2 years in the making at this point. You know, we've innovated, we've invested, we've done everything we can to put the best product forward. But if you've broken with anybody on Instagram or whatnot or whatever, you've likely seen our branded stands where people put their brands on the stand. It helps with marketing. It really shows, that brand loyalty in the hobby. Well, there were some limitations to that when we were doing them 3D. So like I said, we invested in a new direct print technology, and I'll show the virtual holiday one here. We can now do any design.
That's awesome. Look at that. That's beautiful. Beautiful stand. So
it's very fitting.
You printed that right on there. So you've got a printer. Obviously, we invested in this printer. It's a crazy, mega, amazing printer. And it allows these card stands to be just custom printed, whether it's a custom design or I know a lot of these other designs you have.
Yep, color matching, your logo, or as you were just alluding to, we just released a jersey series. So if you collect the player or a city, you can now match the stand to the card that you're collecting and really show off your collection in style versus just some ordinary stand.
These things are so cool, right? So we just got these in yesterday. Dan shipped us a box of these. This is like the Mike Trout one. Check this out. This is Trae Young, my boy Trae Young. So I just think it's like so cool to display I gotta get rid of that little fuzzy there. I think it's so cool to like be able to display the cards on the stand with a player's jersey. And I think that's awesome. It adds a nice element. These hold the cards really, really well. They're adjustable, so you can change the size from PSA to BGS, or you can even put like a card in a top loader on one of these, right, Dan?
Yeah, raw card all the way beyond a 360 point mag. So if you have a thick jersey card, it'll fit.
And how much are these jerseys? How much are we selling these for right now on your website?
Yep, they're $14.99 MSRP, but with that code up in the corner, you can get 25% off here. And also, if you spend $50 or more on the site using that SCI virtual code, we're going to throw in one of the virtual stands.
Here we go. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. This is a really good offer, ladies and gentlemen. Look, these things are cool. I got a Justin Herbert. Look at this. Brady, like these are really cool. We've got several of the most popular players up on the website. I know we're going to be adding more and more over time. I'm sure if there's a player that you guys want, you could probably, you could request it. You can also do a custom stand. You can do your own, upload it, do your own artwork, upload it. We'll print it right on the stands as well. In fact, Dan even sent me these custom stands here. I think we're going to give some of these away tonight as well, along with the other virtual one you did. So Dan, right now you're offering, so on these things, you're offering 25% off the player ones. Is that right? So they were $14.99 and you get 25% off that. And if you buy $50 worth, you get that free virtual stand?
Yes, sir. We're pulling out all the stops, and those the ones with your face on them, those are 101. So whoever gets those, it's a collector's item.
We will be giving these away later tonight as part of one of our giveaways. Some people are going to get collector's items. The website is standupdisplays.co, not .com.
No.
standupdisplays.co. That website address is in the upper left corner of your screen as well, along with the coupon code. What is that coupon code, Dan, to get 25% off?
It's SCI Virtual.
There you go. Coupon code SCI Virtual. Go to standupdisplays.co. I'm super excited about this product and this technology because there's so much we can do with it. Like there's so many different types of designs we can print. We can print rookie card stands. We can print stands potentially like tiger print stands to match tiger print designs on cards. And I just think there's a lot of cool stuff we can do with it.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure we could do anything, and that's where we are. Plus, turnaround times are drastically reduced. The pricing is very attractive. We really just want to help the hobby show off their cards the best way possible.
That's awesome. All right, standupdisplays.co. We got to get out of here. Dan, anything else you want to add before we get on to our next guest?
No, awesome job by you and the team. Thank you for having me on.
Dan, model entrepreneur right there, ladies and gentlemen. Check out Dan Patell. Check out standupdisplays.co and use that promo code. We appreciate you, Dan. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
All right. We are moments away from our first giveaways. But before we do our first giveaways, we have another guest or two to slide in, and then it is giveaway time, ladies and gentlemen. Our next guest is Karn from Slab Sharks. Let's bring him on. There's the man. How you doing, Karn?
Hey, Geoff. It's nice seeing you again.
Karn, you look every bit as stoic as you looked when I tried to negotiate with you for like 7 straight hours to get you to drop the price on your LeBron gold refractor card, and you're like a stone wall. I can't get you to come down on price on that card. It was one of the least effective negotiations I've ever had in my life, Karn.
Yeah, I think that single-handedly gave me a little bit of a reputation. I got a lot of messages after the fact. Oh, you were so firm with Geoff there, but great card there. So I think you did pretty well on me.
Yeah, it was a great deal. So for those of you guys, most of you probably recognize Karn's face because a couple weeks ago on our Sports Card Investor channel, we did a video about a big LeBron James Holy Grail card that I bought at the Toronto Sport Card Expo. Karn was there. Karn has a company called Slab Sharks. He also is a dealer, the Big Three hockey, and Karn always has really amazing high-end cards. You see him at a lot of the big card shows. I've seen him before in Vegas and the National and the Toronto Sport Card Expo, among others. And one of my Holy Grail cards is the 2003 Topps Chrome LeBron James Gold Refractor number to 50. And I was not expecting to see it at the expo. I had bid on a couple of them recently that had gone up for auction on some of the big auction sites, and I had not won them. I got an outbid at the last minute. And then I go to the expo, and Karn's got a beautiful copy in his showcase. It's a BGS 9, but it's perfectly centered. It's got 9.5 centering. And this thing is also card number 50 out of 50, which I just thought was cool. And Karn said he was open to doing a trade, so he could do trade towards. So I was just enamored by this card, and very, very appreciative. I think you got a good deal from me, but I'm very, very appreciative that we were able to get a deal done.
Yeah, I think the fact that I'm into so many different genres made the trade a lot easier as well. I was able to take, hockey cards, basketball cards, and I think 3 different sports in the trade there. So yeah, I was happy to get it done, and yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. You're feeling pretty good about it. So I think that's what makes a perfect trade.
Well, that is, right? And so people should also remember that. Like, I think sometimes when people go into trade deals, they think that there has to be a winner and a loser. Who won the trade? Who won the trade? You know what the best trade is? The best trade is when no one wins the trade. The best trade is because everybody wins the trade, right? It's like if nobody wins, then everybody wins the trade. You want everybody walking away from the trade deal feeling like they got what they wanted out of the trade deal. And in this case, I feel like I got a holy grail card that is one that I'm going to hold in my PC forever, that I'm extremely excited about, they're difficult to find. You don't see them every day. They'll pop up at auction occasionally, but they're relatively difficult to find. And I thought this was a beautiful copy. Card felt like he got really good return for it, right? He got good cards in return for me. He got some cash in return for me. I know you made out well on the deal. You had just recently bought the card. And so it was a win-win. Card made some money on it. I got a card that I wanted. Everybody walked away feeling good.
Yeah, and if the viewers want to know, I used the money that I received in the deal for a Connor McDavid Cup rookie auto patch, BGS 9. So that was a card I really wanted. So I kind of think about that card being a part of our deal. So it was fun to get that one too recently.
That's a huge one. Now, is that one you think you're going to hold on to, or is that one that will be back in your showcase and maybe that's sold at a future sports card show?
Yeah, I'm always wheeling and dealing, but that's definitely one of those cards that I'm always happy to keep in the PC and hold it long term, and I'm happy with it. So it's great.
You should be. That's an absolutely incredible card. So Karn, tell everybody you're in addition to being a dealer and is setting up at a lot of shows and getting involved in a lot of high-end transactions with cards. You're also involved in a lot of different businesses in the industry, right? You got that side of you as well. Tell everybody what you're involved in and also about your current venture.
Yeah, I'm involved with tag grading, so I'm going to be helping tag grading come into the Canadian space. So I'll be heading that operation, and that's as you know, Jeremy Lee was on as well. It's a phenomenal grading company, and I can't wait to service the Canadian market. And that's kind of what we're doing with Slab Sharks Inc. as well. I feel like there was a gap in finding liquidity in Canada, and cards are growing in Canada in a vast way. And you saw it at the Toronto Sports Card Expo. The innovation in the space in Canada is just growing exponentially year by year. And a missing piece of that was a consignment service. As of right now, there wasn't much offerings there on the market to sell your cards other than going to card shows or using American services. So we decided to start a company in June to provide consignments for Canadians on the eBay platform. And we've been doing it for 6 months now, and it's been growing weekly. And I actually have a few cards here that we have ending in tomorrow's auction.
Oh, this will be good. Yeah, let's definitely take a look at these. Absolutely.
Yeah, it ends tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. We have a tag 8 here of Tiger Woods, a red PMG.
Oh, nice.
A little bit of reflection there, but I'll go through it quickly. A Crosby rookie ice out of 99. This is a big card from Crosby's rookie year. And for the Pokemon fans, we have a Gold Star Gyarados. And that's a Pop 34 card. That's a big one as well. And next week, this is something for next week, we have the Sign of the Times 8. It has Lemieux on the card, Gretzky, Howe, Sakic, Steve Yzerman, and a bunch of great players, even Yager. That's coming up next week in the Thursday's auction. And yeah, it's gonna be phenomenal to watch and see where these cards end up.
Those are beautiful, beautiful cards. So you're doing all of this selling through your consignment business through eBay, right? So folks who maybe saw one of these cards or want to check out what you have coming up in the future, is it Slab Sharks? Is that the eBay store?
Yeah, so you can find us on Instagram as Slab Sharks Inc. We're actually sponsored by Liquid Marketplace as well for our eBay store. So our eBay store is under Liquid Marketplace. So you can go to Liquid Marketplace on eBay to check our listings. But if you're a Canadian consignor and you're looking to sell your cards, you can DM us on Instagram at Slab Sharks Inc. or email us at support@slabsharksinc.com.
Awesome. Yeah, and it's great to see that you got all these cards that are selling right now on eBay. Obviously, eBay Collectibles, great sponsor of the show. We certainly appreciate their support. They've been great sponsors of the virtual and continue to be the big dogs in the marketplace game out there. So, Karn, what you've been dealing these high-end cards for for the last few years, ever since I've started meeting you at shows and everything like that. What do you think about the market right now? A lot of these higher end cards have come down in value more recently. We saw low end cards really coming down in value last year and into this year, but high end cards for a while seem to be holding strong. But now we've started to see kind of high end cards follow the pattern of the lower end cards start to fall. Not as much, but they've some of them have definitely started to fall and have been falling. How do you feel right now? Do you feel like it's time to, kind of stay on the sidelines for a little bit and watch this thing settle out? Or do you think what are your thoughts?
For me, it's interesting because I actually started my consignment business because I wanted to liquidate a lot of my cards. And the reason I wanted to liquidate is because I wanted to consolidate into higher end cards. And that's kind of what I'm looking to do right now. I'm staying patient. I'm very picky with it. But I think there's a lot of big cards that we actually didn't see hit the auction market. Cards that we haven't seen in the last 2 years, big cards that could have done huge numbers if they were auctioned even last year. And they're starting to hit the market now. And those are the type of finds that I'm looking for and looking to consolidate into. And it's fun. I think this is the most fun I've had since the start of that COVID spike because cards are starting to become more affordable. The trading activity is starting to pick up. And I'm actually really excited about 2023. And I'm not too doom and gloom about lower prices because I'm going to be in cards no matter where the market is. So for me, it's just, a little bit cheaper and more fun to trade with.
Well, and getting the chance to know you and getting to talk to other car dealers at several shows, one thing that I've heard is that if you're a dealer, as long as you're actively turning your inventory, right? As long as you have a strong, you're buying and you're selling soon after you're buying and you're not holding on to anything for too long, then if the market's going down and the market's going up, it doesn't actually affect you so much. You're able to make a profit on every card you sell. When you really get affected, by the market conditions is obviously when you're holding a card for many months.
Yeah, I think operating in down markets is just as important as operating in a bull market. It's probably even a harder skill to have. And learning to take losses, small losses may consolidate into big wins down in the future. So it's one of those things. Maybe you lose 10, 20% on your card, but it gives you liquidity to consolidate into something bigger that may have dropped even more in value. So it's always staying nimble and learn to operate in whatever environment that the hobby gives you.
Awesome. Karn, this has been a good conversation. Best of luck with Slab Sharks and all the other businesses you're involved in. And thanks for joining the virtual holiday. It was great to see you again.
Great to see you too. And before I leave, I wanted to say this is Dan's first stand-up display that I bought 2 years ago. So I love seeing the growth.
Wow,
that's like what I wanted to show it off.
There you go. Look at that. You were the early supporter of the Stand-Up Displays enterprise. That's awesome. Thank you for showing that.
For sure. Cheers, Geoff. Thank you.
Cheers, Karn. Take care. All right. Always good to see Karn. Always good to see Dan from Stand-Up Displays. We have one more guest before the first set of giveaways. This will be a short interview. Your final chance to enter the giveaways is right now. We're about to freeze the giveaway list so that we can start randoming off. And then we got a ton of boxes from Midwest Cars, our official wax sponsor. They're about to be walked in here. We're going to start giving stuff away in just a minute and throughout the rest of the show. Let's go to John from Mint Inc. Can we get John from Mint Inc.?
How are you, sir?
And there he is. Oh, there's the man. Look, you're already. I'm looking over here to see is John, and you're already there, John. You're waiting for me. How are you doing tonight?
was watching my buddy. You got the back-to-back Canada connection going here.
We do. That's absolutely right. And by the way, I was peeking over here at the chat, the YouTube chat during the break. Dino Riviera in the YouTube chat just said, hey, how about you guys give away some Sports Card Investor t-shirts tonight too? You know what, Dino? That's a great idea. Let's do that. We're going to tell the team, can we get a message to the team? Let's add 5 Sports Card Investor shirts to our giveaway list tonight. So we're going to have to pick some additional random winners. So those are going to come a little later in the show. But thank you, Dino, for the suggestion. John, you've got a incredible company up in Canada, up in the Toronto area. You have built a entire, I'd call it an entertainment brand between what you do in your card shops, between what you do on your breaks after dark. I think it's an entire entertainment brand you've built. Tell people about that. What the set is falling down. What is going on back there, by the way? The Grinch has entered we literally get live on I don't even know the Grinch entered apparently. All right, anyway, didn't mean to derail us. John, tell everybody about the Mint Ink brand and what you are trying to do up there.
So first of all, thanks for having me, Geoff. It's great. It was great to spend some time with you a couple weeks and be back here. So I think you hit the nail on the head, right? Like we really just, like Karin alluded to just before us, the market in Canada is growing feverishly. Sometimes we kind of get forgotten. So being a lifelong collector and having come in and out of the space a few times, when 2018, 19-ish, when I started to kind of look back at the space from a business point of view, having a marketing background, I saw this opportunity to do exactly what you said, just really create an experience in the space that would really just allow people to have just a lot more fun, collecting. Growing up, collecting cards in the 80s, the 90s, into the 2000s, as a hobby, as a business, it was the same for a long time. We have a 100-year-old space that didn't see a lot of change. You comment about Fanatics, and I believe everything right on par with kind of what you said. Like the next 5-7 years is going to be pretty wild in the space, I think. The market is going to just keep going up and down like any other market. And, like Karin alluded to, you just have to sort of be nimble on your feet. So what we did to sort of circumvent some of those things was create a different kind of experience, if you will, and really elate the entertainment. So whether you're watching us live, ripping studio breaks after dark, or you're in one of our stores, it's the same kind of vibe. It's just a lot of fun. I really like to build businesses where people can congregate. If you're about the community and you build a community, the commerce happens in time. So it's like any business. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And I mean, I'm humbled that you see it that way, because that's what it is. And it's really, the last 3 years of just really pressing. And I see so much great stuff for 2023. We're looking at furthering the experience and doing some really, exciting things. And I see the space just, the more mainstream it gets, the more it just thrives. And that's exciting for me.
So tell everybody about your shop specifically and some of the stuff that you do inside the shops to further that experience you're talking about.
Yeah, so we have 3 locations. Sorry, that's actually funny enough. That's a hockey player that's going to come on our live and do some rips. So during the pandemic, we were operating like a showroom by appointment only. It was very difficult to operate here in Canada, and we couldn't get things done at the store level. So we really increased the studio presence. We started bringing in special guests. We started to put together, just a lot more fun. We'd bring on a guest like a hockey player or a baseball player, and the chat would engage with them and we'd rip. And, maybe we try to chase their rookie year. So we really just made it a lot more than traditionally sort of what collecting was. And then, we opened a couple of stores, and same thing. They're big, they're bright, they're vibrant. There's places to come hang out. There's $50 boxes in both stores that are literally full of $1 and $5 cards. Just, I'll watch people come there and spend hours going through it, and they might spend $5, they might spend $50. It doesn't even matter. It's just allowing a place where it's okay to congregate, to hang out, to loiter, if you will. And just further the experience. We have it set up like the customers want to go live and pull. We have that all set up. We have a back room for private events at the shop. We have a members only club. So, they come in, they have a coffee, sit down, rip, pick up their grading, grab, the next thing, or they're buying into the break. And then down the road from our flagship location is our corporate office, where we house all of our shipping, receiving, warehousing, and our main studio. So like you, we have a studio that's, I built a set that looks like a card shop. So we're breaking, you're seeing all the different angles, and it's just a ton of fun. And we're just, again, we're really furthering, we're rebuilding out one of the studios. I have a few ideas that I want to kind of crank up in 2023, just to, the business is very fast moving. It's very competitive. So you have to stay very innovative to keep the community happy and, you know, to keep them coming back. You know, we need Fanatics to do a great job putting out product, and people like SGC, Patell putting out great product and great offers. But at the hobby shop level, if you're walking into a brick and mortar for the first time, because your first experience might have been, you know, watching your channel or getting in a break, when you actually see it for the first time in your physical, I think that leaves a much longer lasting impression on one than, let's say, a live show will on a Thursday night, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think it's awesome that you're building that experience into your shops. I think that's what it's all about. I think card shops of the future are those that offer really, really great experiences, actually want their customers to linger and experience it, and you're doing that. So John, for people who haven't found you, tell them how they can find you online, and tell them how they can see your shop next time maybe they're up in the Canada area.
Yeah. So Mint Ink 10, it's right there on the screen. That's our handle across all platforms. We're on Instagram and whatnot 7 days a week. We're very, very, very active. We put a ton of content out. We have a full-time marketing team that, you know, we try to really do a good job telling the story. We have one location downtown Toronto. It's more of a boutique shop. And then we have a flagship location that's about 20 minutes north of the city in a suburb called Vaughan. And that's where a lot of the big action comes. And we're looking at expanding. Like Karn said before me, the space is really growing here in Canada, and there's a real big need, especially for a fun experience. So whether you're local or you're not local, find us. We break personals and breaks. We ship worldwide, like most people do. Or again, if you're local, please pop in the shop, check us out, come hang out, have a coffee, play a video game. Maybe you buy something, maybe you don't, but just come check it out.
Awesome, John. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Happy holidays to you and your team.
You too, Geoff. Thanks. Keep up the great work.
Take care. All right, guys, we got our first set of giveaways. You guys ready? Let's do our giveaways, and then we're going to go to Peter from SGC. I'm super excited to talk to Peter tonight. These are courtesy of Midwest Cards, our official wax sponsor. We're starting tonight with a Donruss soccer card hobby box. You got the chance of getting kabooms. And if I announce, the names that I'm announcing are the first part of the email address. This one is going to SDSU Fred. San Diego State University? San Diego State University Fred. That's what I'm going with. SDSU Fred, congratulations on that. We've got an Optic Donruss football blaster box. That is going to Shane O'Pax. Shane O'Pax. We also have, Mint Ink, who we just had on, you just saw John from Mint Ink. He gave us a $250 gift card to give away to one of you to enter his breaks. $250 gift card for Breaks After Dark from Mint Ink. That is going to Austin Locator 21. We have a SCI t-shirt winner. Winner number 1 is going to be Adam Tiggs. And winner number 2 is going to be Walt G. Houston. If your name is called, there's a link now on the top of the YouTube chat that you need to go to. All the winners are being listed on that page, and we're also going to have a form for you to fill out to claim your prize. So if you won, go there. This is just a tiny little bit of all the prizes that we are going to be giving away over the next hour. So stay tuned. Prizes are coming fast and furious, I think almost after every guest. All thanks to our official wax sponsor, Midwest Cards. But let's go ahead and bring in Peter from SGC. And there he is. Peter, how are you doing, sir?
Doing great, Geoff. How are you?
Good, man. Happy holidays to you and your team. It's always great to see you. Is this your new SGC office that I'm looking at down here?
Very soon. Very soon.
Okay.
This is my redone kind of filming room. I could not have done this myself, this nice piece of furniture. I just supply the cards, and my amazing team set this whole thing up for me. I have to say, though, Geoff, I'm a little upset. I was expecting festive, and I don't see festive behind.
No, we're relaxed. We're relaxed on the festive tonight. We toned out. Right. Yes. Very, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually, Peter.
Awesome.
So for those of you out there who don't know Peter, Peter's one of the heads of SGC Grading down in South Florida. Peter, we had you on our YouTube. We did a behind-the-scenes tour of SGC Grading. What's that been now, Peter? Has that been 2 years ago or so, a year and a half ago, something like that we went down there and did that? And that video, really popular. I think people really, really appreciated a grading company opening up their doors and showing customers behind the scenes when a lot of no grading company had never really done that before.
Yeah, no, that was obviously an incredible opportunity to show off what we were building at SGC. I mean, it's really amazing to think that it was only a year and a half ago, because so much has changed for the better, honestly, even since then. But I can't thank you enough, Geoff, for opening up. Obviously, you've done an incredible job of building such an amazing audience, and to be able to lend that audience to us and show them kind of what a grading company looks like during the heart of a lot of growth, a lot of good things in the industry. It was a special opportunity, and I'm still actually, when I shake some hands today, they actually say, "Oh, I saw that video," and that's the one they're referring to. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It's good to hear that it had that impact. That's awesome to hear. So it has been a year of a lot of change with grading, right? There was a backlog for a while. Times were slow. It seems like we've gotten to the point now. You seem to be offering lightning fast turnaround. I've heard, reports from, we've got our own bulk submission, grading service for SGC here at Sports Card Investor through our partnership with Got Baseball Cards. A lot of our customers are submitting cards for SGC. And what I'm hearing is those cards are routinely coming back in like 3 days, 5 days. Like, you guys seem to be turning stuff really quick right now.
Yeah, we're extremely proud of that. I mean, we're hobbyists ourselves. I'm a lifelong card collector. I still have to sometimes pinch myself that I'm on with you representing SGC. But the truth is, we took a look at turnaround times and the way that companies traditionally have treated them. And what we ended up seeing is that they were kind of elongated intentionally, which is really just being either understaffed or not having the ability to accommodate as much business as you were taking in. And I think what we realized is that it doesn't serve the collectors at all. There really is no reason to be upcharging people for a service that shouldn't have taken as long in the first place. In other words, you look at a company and an industry, the shoe industry, StockX, for example. When your shoes are authenticated, they go in and they go back out. There's no storage necessary. And I think when we saw that we would have the same ability, or at least we could go for it at SGC, we went all in on it. And I'm happy to say that your customers are correct. It's 3 to 5 days right now, and many times it's even quicker, and that's something we really take a lot of pride in.
Yeah, that throughput is awesome, and very, very cool. And for anyone who's interested in trying SGC, you can go to sportscardinvestor.com, click grading in the main menu bar. Really good pricing too. I mean, that's another thing. You guys have become increasingly competitive with your pricing, and in fact, you've got a special promotion through the Topps deal right now with the new Bowman Chrome release. $9 to grade a card direct through you for Bowman Chrome. How did that come about?
Yeah, look, I mean, basically, we obviously, being a reputable grading company for over 20 years, we have a lot of connections in the hobby and a great network. And when the folks over at Topps reached out, I mean, it was a no-brainer. That was just like, oh my God, how haven't we done this kind of thing sooner? And the thing that I'm really looking forward to, Geoff, kind of in the year 2023, is hopefully offering that and so much more. I mean, at the end of the day, collecting is supposed to be fun, and not just the ripping of the packs, but the actual collecting of the cards, the grading of the cards, the transacting of the cards. This should all be enjoyable. And in my seat with my team, we own one of those things, which is the grading of the cards. So we are certainly going to continue to do our best to not only make the process as kind of painless as possible, but go even further than that and make it fun. Because I know I have seen so many people, whether it's on YouTube or friends and family or anyone at a card show, getting graded cards back should be awesome. And it shouldn't happen once every 4 months, twice a year, anything like that. If you ask me, it should be like ripping packs. It should be part of the process.
That's awesome. I appreciate that, your innovation in that area. So speaking of that, what can people look forward to in the future? I know you've been working on kind of a better technology experience, and where is the future of SGC going?
So the one thing that I can say is, obviously in this industry, the folks that make up the hobby are very, very opinionated, which I love, because it's basically a map of what to do next. I read a ton of comments. I'm very engaged with our supporters. And what I can say is a lot of what all of you have been asking for is exactly what we're working on. Now, I don't feel comfortable giving the details on all of that, because a lot of people have their eye on SGC and try to at times beat us to certain punches. But what I can say is that in the year 2023, there's going to be an SGC app. In the year 2023, SGC is going to be moving to a really, really awesome facility. I'm hoping to be able to basically give tours to the public. The same way, Geoff, we opened it up to you. What I can't stand is that kind of that fun, that experience isn't offered to your average Joe. And at SGC, at least, we just have nothing to hide, guys. I mean, I am a collector just like you, just trying to run this thing as best as I can to help the hobby, and we're very proud of what we've done here. So I'm hoping to open our office up to kind of public tours. In addition to that, we are starting a podcast very soon. We have a team here who is unbelievably passionate about not only the craft, but the collectors we serve. And I just think it's a travesty that you only get to hear from one guy once in a while. So we're going to be coming and starting to create some content ourselves. So much more, so much more. So it's very exciting at SGC right now.
That's awesome. Well, Peter, I'm excited to get down there again, especially when the new facility opens. I'll be one of the first to take one of those tours. I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Absolutely, Geoff. We'd love to have you anytime.
Awesome, Peter. Well, happy holidays to you and your team. Anything else you want to add before you get out of here today?
I was actually reading the chat, Geoff, as the video was live, and I just think it is so awesome that on a Wednesday night, late at night, there are this many tuned in, whether you're just waiting for a free box, because free boxes are awesome, or whether you are just as engaged as I'm sure so many of you are, listening to whether it's leaders in the industry or collectors or dealers. We are all on the same team here, which is that we appreciate something that so many out there do not yet appreciate, which is the love of trading cards. So let's work together. Let's just kind of, I know it sounds corny, but let's actually build some bridges and figure out a way here to better this unbelievable hobby and industry for the good of all of us. So thanks for having me, Geoff, and thanks everyone who's tuned in. I appreciate it.
I like it, Peter. Positivity. I like that attitude for sure. I appreciate it. Happy holidays to you and your team. We'll see you again soon.
To you as well, Geoff. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Are we doing more giveaways now, or are we going to a dealer and then doing more giveaways? All right, so we're going to go. We have one more guest, a dealer. This is a great dealer, by the way. You guys are going to like this segment. And then we got a lot more giveaways. You guys ready? Okay, we're going to go to Anna. We're going to go to Miss Sports Cards, one of my faves. There she is. Anna, happy holidays. Oh, no. Anna's muted. 1 second, Anna. We got you muted, I think. Let's see if we can get Anna unmuted here.
Now?
Oh, I can hear you now. You sound great now. Look at, there we go.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you. So this has to be one of your happiest times once every 4 years, I would imagine, right? Soccer fan, big soccer card dealer. We're going to talk about that. And you're in the thick of it right now. This is the holidays for you.
Yeah, it's been crazy, actually. Today was the first day there wasn't any matches, and I didn't even know how to function. It's like, oh, there's none today. It's weird because it's just been back to back to back. But yeah, it's definitely been an amazing World Cup so far.
Now, have you been what have you been doing? Kelly from my team here, who's the biggest soccer nut we have in our office here, although we got a few big soccer nuts in the office here, she has literally been setting her alarm clock for like, during the group stage, she was setting her alarm clock for like 4:45 a.m. so she could get up every morning and watch the game starting at 5 in the morning. Were you doing any of this yourself?
I was, yeah. I mean, you don't want to miss it. So even if you're tired for the rest of the day, you just kind of do it. But yeah, I was definitely had the weirdest schedule actually for the past week.
that is passion and dedication for sure. Now, are you? So we got what, 4 years? I guess probably about 3.5 years actually. We're gonna get it a little short in there because this one's in the winter. Until this whole thing is here in the United States. Is that right?
Correct. Next one's going to be here, so it's going to be even crazier. But I think the biggest thing, though, was, the U.S. was uninvolved the last World Cup. And I think that's why it was a big deal, seeing U.S. men's go out. And, I mean, I didn't think necessarily they were going to take it, the World Cup, but it was good to kind of see them in the scenario and see how they're going to handle themselves and really just prepare themselves, right, when we host, because I think they're going to come back, way better mentalities, just stronger, and hopefully we'll take it the next World Cup.
On one hand, and I granted, I am a total layman when it comes here to soccer. It felt like to me, getting really exposed to all of this and trying to, try to watch and understand it, but not having the history of having followed these guys in depth at all. It seemed to me like you could look at our performance two ways. On one hand, it was encouraging. We got out of the group stage. We kind of muscled out of the group stage. We had moments of competitiveness, right, in the knockout stage. On the other hand, you could look at it like the Netherlands scored 3 goals effortlessly on us in the knockout stage, and we got kind of lucky to get our one. How, what are the reasonable expectations for the U.S. men's soccer team in the future?
So I think in general, there's been upsets, right, for the World Cup. And it gave me a good reminder also. It's not necessarily about how much talent you have, right? It's about coaching direction, but it's also the experience. I think, there's a lot of teams right now that, like Netherlands look amazing, right? Gakpo's just killing it. And they've come a long way. But then you think about teams that have the experience, right? Whether it be Brazil, who, it's like, I can't even, the way they play, it's just world-class football, right? No one can refute that. But I think that the U.S. men's just experiencing what they did this year, and even the disappointment, because obviously there's a lot of emotions there. I think, remembering that feeling and just, giving a little bit more just to prevent that feeling of having to go home. I think it's going to take them super, super far. And, hopefully, health-wise, I mean, for me personally, I wanted to see Gio Reyna play more. And I hope that, on the next one, he's going to be, more involved and get more time and stuff like that. But I think definitely this was going to be a good preparation for when we host. And I think that was a great thing. Very good for us.
So for everybody who doesn't know Miss Sports Cards, tell them a little bit about yourself and what you do.
What I do, I get to play with cards all day. The short version of it, but basically I went full-time in cards a couple years ago. Before that, I was in the field of, I was, wearing suits every single day, had to be, prim proper, did a lot of interviews, stuff like that. And then I made that decision, could I do this? Is this sustainable for me to do, to actually, live this way? It was difficult. I was very, I was excited to do it, but I was, I didn't know if I could. I think now I can say I found the balance and I've survived it and I'm still here. But yeah, I do 90% soccer, right? So, obviously this is a big year for me.
Do you have any soccer cards with you tonight?
I have some in front of me. Let me see.
Let's see some of these here. So are these ones that, do you have any of these up on eBay, or are these ones that if people they find you at future card shows?
Yeah, so I am actually going to have a lot of these up on eBay. They aren't right now, just because card shows and I'm, doing the live auctions and stuff like that. But obviously Instagram, or I can offer the eBay too, but let me see if I can do this. Oh, did that work? Oh no, I can't do it.
Either way works,
Okay,
it
here
looks
you go.
like. There we go.
Does it work? Does it work?
It works.
All right, cool. Obviously, oh shoot.
Oh yeah, that's
The matchup stuff. I mean, there's a lot of parallels. I'm a big fan of the 2014. I know the new Prism everyone's super excited about. I was actually a little bit disappointed they didn't do a matchups, especially because it's going to be the last one with Messi and Ronaldo. But 2014 Prism,
such a
which is
classic
definitely
card. Such a classic
Grail
card.
year. It is, and I always have a couple of these on hand. Let's see here. Neymar, right? Also, super contender here. He looked good. He was injured and then he came back, and he looked great. But it's very tough to get PSA 10s out of the 2014, just due to like surface for the most part. So very low pop. This is a cool one this one is not for sale, but I wanted to just show. There we go. So this is out of 2014. They always have like a mascot every year. Fuleko was for 2014. He's an armadillo. But he had these cards. These are actually the blue pulsars. So basically these were not pack pulled. The only way you could get these is if you went to the 2014 National. As you can see the design there.
Cool.
But I was fortunate at the National that someone had this of all of his cards, 1, 2, and 3. So that's one that I was pretty excited about.
Very neat.
Right? It's always about rare, right? It's about having the rare stuff.
It's something unique, something you can tell a story about, right? And I mean, that's interesting, right? That's kind of a cool story, like how you had to get them, the fact it was the mascot of the World Cup. Like, I like cards that have stories behind them.
Correct. And then one thing I do have that is available. So the Fulekos are for me. They always do like the posters in all the World Cup sets. I guess this year not, but basically this is the whole poster set from the 2014. All blue pulsars graded, so PSA 9s and 10s, which I'm very surprised that they got, because I purchased these. I didn't send these myself, but it's definitely a cool, probably something that I won't see again. Really, for someone to have gone through and like gotten every single one like this. You can see Parrots but the blue pulsar definitely makes it a rare piece, and to have 1 through 12 PSA 9s and 10s, definitely another cool piece that was picked up at the National as well.
Very neat. Neat set. Very cool.
12. Can't always been big on him. Obviously, he's setting the stage, breaking records and so forth, but Mbappe is a Future Stars rookie insert, gold refractor.
Do you think he ends up with a cup this year, or do you think it's going to be Neymar and Vinicius Jr. and the Brazil guys?
So, and when I say this, I think some people get mad. For me, I don't have like a team I want to win per se. I think there's deserving players on every single team. And I'd love to see Messi, take it. I would. I think I would be very, very happy for him. But right now, I think that the final stage is going to be France and Brazil. Mm-hmm. Just based on, their performance, how they're performing, and just mentality. Like, I know Mbappe, we saw how he played. You know what I mean? He's here to break records, and definitely good contender to win 2 World Cups in a row. But I think it'll sort out that way. Brazil and France is what I think. And then I still have, a lot of love for US. Match-worn patches, I'm a big fan of. Futera, it's a set that's not as known, for sure. More so in the UK. and overseas, but match worn. I support the boys always, so a few of these like low numbered cards as well.
Awesome.
But all right, let me
Cool.
Let me flip it back. Can you see? Oh, there we go.
Well, Anna, you've always got anyone out there who's ever looking for soccer cards. When you see Anna at a show, she's got them. And so speaking of that, what shows can we expect to see you at in the upcoming months?
So I will be in Dallas. I'll be in Atlanta for Culture Collision. I know you guys will be there in your hometown city. And then possibly Burbank. I have not gone to that show yet, and I'd love to check it out. So maybe on that one.
Awesome. Well, I will see you at some of those for sure. Hopefully many of our viewers will see you as well and mention to you that they saw you on the virtual holiday. It's been a pleasure, Anna, and everyone go check out Miss Sports Cards for sure. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much for having me.
Have a great night. All right, I think we got some more giveaways, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. We got a few more here. Giveaways are trickling in as the evening goes. Ooh, these are some nice boxes. Ooh, we're gonna give away some nice ones. Thanks to our official wax sponsor, Midwest Cards, we've got a Sapphire Edition UEFA Champions League 2019 box. DRS Danderson. Dr. S. Danderson. We're going to go with that. Dr. S. Danderson, congratulations. That's for you. We've got a Select Hobby, ladies and gentlemen. Select 2021 Football Hobby Box. That's a nice box. Thank you, Midwest Cards. That is going to Green M08. Green M08, congratulations. We have a Select UFC 2022 Hobby Box. This is going to Logan KTX. Logan KTX, congratulations to you. And by the way, all these boxes are available for sale right now on MidwestCards.com, so you can go check them out. Buy yourself a box for the holidays, or buy one of your friends or loved ones a box for the holidays. Let's give out some more Sports Card Investor t-shirts. Let's give out a t-shirt to Elton Torres. Congratulations, Elton. Let's give out a t-shirt to E-Keef1. And let's give out a t-shirt to Bob DeCool, 1234. Bob DeCool, 1234. You've won a t-shirt, Bob. Congratulations to you. If you're a winner of any of these prizes tonight, the prize winner form is linked to the top of the YouTube chat. You need to go there. You need to put in your information so we know where to ship your prize to. But we still got a lot more giveaways. We got a lot more giveaways to go through. But let's go to our next guest, and then we'll do some more giveaways here in a little bit. Anna, obviously, Miss Sports Cards, one of many women in the hobby. There's a growing number of women getting into the hobby. That is awesome to see. But did you know there are actual organizations for women in the hobby? And we're talking to some of the founders and leaders of some different groups promoting women in the hobby. Now, this is a conversation I recorded earlier, but let's bring them on the show.
Opening a fresh box of cards is one of the most exciting experiences that a collector has in the sports card hobby. Midwest Cards is the place where anyone in the hobby can start or grow their collection with confidence. With more 5-star Google reviews than any other sports card retailer and the Midwest Insider program, you'll be taken care of on your first purchase and every step of the way for years to come. To start looking for your next box of cards, visit MidwestCards.com.
All right, let's bring in Sam, Sarah, and Kathy from Women of the Hobby. Welcome to the virtual holiday.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you. Hello, thanks for having us.
We're doing great, and I'm excited to talk about Women of the Hobby and the various things that you all are doing. But I'd like to start by having each of you introduce yourself a little bit to the audience for those who aren't aware. Maybe Sam, we'll start with you. You're obviously a very recognizable face. You've had a YouTube show, Women of the Hobby, for quite some time, where you interview a lot of different women collectors. How did you kind of get started with that, and what do you love to collect these days?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'm Sam. I run the Women of the Hobby, which, as Geoff mentioned, is somewhat of a podcast, YouTube show, just interviewing other women. But really, I got started into that, really just falling back into cards maybe about 2.5 years ago. And pretty much started that just kind of recognizing there might be a need to kind of highlight other women who are in the hobby and their collections as well.
Awesome. Yeah, you do a great job with the show. So definitely check out the Women of the Hobby YouTube show. Sarah is part of the first family of card breaking. Sarah and her husband Rich own Layton Sports Cards and do an amazing job with that. Sarah, welcome to the show. And you've been part of this now for a while, because I know you and Rich have been deep in this for some time.
Yeah, we started Layton Sports Cards in 2012, so we're 10 years in the hobby now as a business. My background in the hobby is a little different than others. I started more on the business side of things, and I only just started collecting late 2019 and into 2020. And I'm also one of the founders of the Women in the Hobby Facebook group.
Women in the Hobby on Facebook, Women of the Hobby on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We make sure we make those get that distinguished properly. And Kathy, you've got a growing enterprise on your hands. I know you're part of the Roadshow Cards family with your husband Jimmy, and you guys have gone from one location in Kentucky to now all kinds of different stores. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so it's been a crazy past year and a half. I mean, we opened the Kentucky shop 2 years ago and have slowly opened others like Dallas and New York this summer, and Sonoma, California coming soon. So it's been a lot of fun and a complete whirlwind, but we love it. And Jimmy's been collecting his whole entire life, and I got into collecting through him because when you open boxes of cards, especially the nice ones, it's easy to get a little addicted to the rush of opening. It's a lot of fun. So
it is a lot of fun. I think we all suffer from that problem, right? It's a good problem to have,
exactly.
though.
That's exactly how it happens.
It is how it happens. Well, it's wonderful to have all of you in the hobby. And one thing that I'd like to start off talking about is the organization, Women of the Hobby. I'd love to learn a little bit more. I've obviously seen women at the hobby represented at a lot of different card shows. I've seen panels that you guys have done at the National and other card shows. And obviously you've got great content out there, Facebook group, YouTube channel. Tell me a little more about the organization and the various things that you do.
So for Women in the Hobby, I think it was the 2019 National, Ty Fauci from Bullpen came up to me and said, hey, I was talking with Suze about starting a group on Facebook just for women who collect, just to kind of have it's a private group so that questions can be asked without, how cruel the internet can be sometimes. And I said, yeah, let's do it. So we started it in 2019 at the National, and it's just grown ever since. I think there's almost 400 members now to it for the Facebook group. It's just for women so that they can have a space where if they have questions about something, they can ask it. They can share their collection that may get ridiculed on other social media pages. And really, everyone just kind of supports everybody, and it's a really great space. We did grow a little bit, and we did get a booth at the National this past year, which unfortunately I didn't get to see it. I know Kathy and Sam did, but and it's been a really great. We've had a really great reception from it. We've had a lot of other card shows who have invited us there to also be there as well, just to kind of spread the word that there are women who collect, that there's women content creators, that there's women on cards as well, so there's a lot of wonderful cards that you can collect of female athletes, and it's kind of been a whirlwind. It's happened really fast, and we're so excited about it.
That's incredible. So Sarah, you run the Facebook group, and I know Sam, we talked about your YouTube show. You've got the YouTube show a bit. And Kathy, what role do you play?
Well, actually, I was lucky enough to be at the show and work the booth. And originally going in, we didn't know how busy we would be or how many people would come by. But actually, I did not get to spend very much time at the Roadshow booth at all. They were well staffed, and we were so busy at the Women in the Hobby booth. I was way busier than I'd ever been at a show, but I also had way more fun. We had people who signed in the booth, and we had lines lots of times. We constantly had people coming up to us. And I think having a booth and having a specific space for people to come gather or to find out more about the group was a really great opportunity for us to expand. So
That's awesome. Yeah. So is the, in terms of like kind of how the group works, like, is it different members maybe have their own kind of area they work on, obviously Facebook group, YouTube channel, et cetera, but then all of you kind of come together to represent the group Women in the Hobby overall?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it. It's more of a support system for everybody. You know, I mean, we all are everybody's cheerleaders when it comes to anything they put out. And we're excited that there are more women in the collecting space. They're more active in the collective space. There's always been women who have been around, but I think with social media and really, I'm going to say since 2020, it's become even bigger. So it's more of we just kind of like showcase other women, so the women who do collect can see the other content that's out there that's produced by other women.
That's awesome. Yeah, going to the National this year, one thing that I observed over previous years was it did feel there was quite a bit more diversity in the room. And while the hobby still is mainly dominated by, frankly, middle-aged white men, there were more minorities represented. There were a lot more kids there than I had seen in years past. And I also felt like there were more women there this year. And I think that just kind of is a general reflection on the growth of the hobby overall, and more people of different types getting into it, which I think is wonderful for the growth of the hobby and for the diversity within the hobby. Did you have the same experience? Did you feel like the National this year that there were more women, and are you seeing more women come into the Facebook group and interact with the content, et cetera?
yes, I definitely felt the same way you did about the show. And I think just being in the booth and having a central location where most people were able to find us and come through, it really showed me how many families came. They wanted to bring their kids by, lots of women. Yeah, I saw a lot more diversity at this show, like you mentioned.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
I was gonna say I would agree too. I think having like the booth at the National was really instrumental in kind of like feeling more included throughout the National. And then also, I think there was a dedicated space at the trade night, and then people like Golden and collectors putting on other kind of women in the hobby trade nights as well, or just kind of meetups and greet ups. I think are really important.
Very cool. So one thing all of you have mentioned just in the conversation was that there are women, there are female content creators out there. Obviously, Sam is one of them with her YouTube show. What other women content creators should people pay attention to, should people follow? And I'm sure there's probably even more than what you're able to mention right now, but maybe give me a few that people could maybe go give a subscribe or a follow to right now on any of the platforms to help amplify their voices.
The first one that I actually started listening to was She Collects Cards way back in 2020. She was the first one that I became aware of. Right now, one of my favorites is Courtney from Reckless Cards. I've never met her, and I just feel like she's like my bestie. So she's another one that I love chatting with her online. I know there's so many more, and I can't think of any off the top of my head.
I would go with probably Anne Marie from Women on Tops on Instagram. Yeah. She is hilarious to meet in person. She's a great person, and I think her content is really unique in the fact that she posts literally every day, and it's like a brand new sports card every day, and it's mainly females, or pretty much all females, which I think is great. And I think a majority of them come straight from her collection, which is amazing.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I would say someone Sarah mentioned earlier too is Sue. She's Yanks Chicks on Instagram, because I mean she's been through it and she's been collecting since it wasn't very female friendly in the hobby. And then I'd also want to point out so Stephanie Mama Breaks does it with her children and has a whole variety of sports and non-sports cards that they open. And then someone like Kayla, who's Kayla Collects on Instagram, is kind of the future of the hobby. She's still a teenager, so it's kind of fun to see all of the all of the different aspects, from someone who's been through it, someone who's new to it, and someone doing it with their children.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's awesome. And hopefully everyone out there in the audience, go give these women a follow. They're doing great things. They're putting out really good quality content. I follow several of the women who were just mentioned, and they're definitely worth a follow. So please go give them a follow. How have you seen, so obviously we've had the rise of female content creators over the last couple of years. Are there other ways that you've seen, the hobby change to be more inclusive of females?
Well, you mentioned the panels. We've been invited for a few panels. There was one at the TOPS conference last year about inclusion, diversity, equity, inclusion. And there's one more letter to that, and I can't think of it. But so we're seeing more in that sense. Just this year at the industry summit, there was a women in the hobby panel for that as well. So I think more and more you're going to keep seeing it happening, where there are going to be more women invited to speak, and that's really, really great.
Yeah, that's awesome. And where would you like to see it go from here? Like, are there other things the hobby you think can do to better support more women coming into the hobby, integrating into the hobby, becoming collectors, attending card shows, becoming content creators, whatever it may look like? How can we better support that?
I think personally, my first thought is maybe just like more of these like corporate type sponsorships. You see a lot of the males get these sponsorships through, on YouTube and different things like that. So I think maybe if more kind of corporate, maybe it'd be Tops or collectors, whoever, whatnot, if they would kind of go out and maybe want to partner with some of these other female content creators who are just kind of looking to show their journey and show awareness about the hobby as well.
Yeah,
I like that, Sam. That would be good. I like that. I think we've got the we have David from the head of Fanatics and Tops as part of the show, and so hopefully we're going to make sure they watch that segment. I think that's a good one.
And I was also going to mention that when you have a card shop or a show or you're breaking, think of it as you would any store and not just only a male dominated audience. Like, make sure that you're thinking about your customer as anyone who walks in the door.
I agree. I think that's all great advice. All right, so let's get you out of here on this. I would love to hear who you are most excited to collect yourself. What is your personal collection that you are most proud of? And we'll start with you, Sam.
Yeah, so for me, I think this has been my time and true answer, but it's Luke Kuechly. And so I grew up in North Carolina, always going to Carolina Panther games, and Luke Kuechly was a great part of our defense when we went to the Super Bowl. So I really love collecting him. I find myself at any show trying to pick up his cards, no matter what they are. I think just adding to the collection is always a great thing.
That's awesome. And how about you, Kathy?
It's so hard to narrow it down because I'm a huge Bengals fan and I love football, and in the middle of Lexington with all of the Kentucky basketball, including Ryan Howard. Love her. But I think I'd have to go with the men's and women's national soccer teams. I love them in their national team jerseys, but I also love seeing the players do well in their club teams, whether overseas or here at home.
Certainly timely right now, for sure. That's awesome. And Sarah, how about you?
So I'm from South Jersey, so I collect Phillies and Sixers mostly. We had talked about it backstage here, but I collect Embiid, and I wish I got in on Maxey a little sooner than I did. But I did take a little break from the Philly teams and built a pretty nice Star Wars collection. So that's what I'm into now.
That is awesome. That's great. All right, everybody out there, go follow Women of the Hobby on YouTube, Women in the Hobby Facebook group, all the wonderful content creators that were discussed today. I appreciate all of you joining the virtual holiday. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Tired of waking up like this? You go to turn off your alarm clock and all your sports cards end up on the floor. You can't live like this. You're clipping your hedges when crunch, you chop down your favorite sports hero. Not getting a PSA 10 on that one, buddy. Or when you're putting together a birdhouse and suddenly this happens.
Oops!
Talk about a kick in the head.
Ow!
Say goodbye to the headaches of yesterday and say hello to Slab Strong. With Slab Strong, you don't have to worry about cracking slabs. No more bad mornings. Blindly turn off your alarm clock. Worry-free. And sleep tight knowing your card is snuggled up in a Slab Strong. And with Slab Strong, your friends will no longer label you a card trimmer. Go to slabstrong.com before the end of the virtual and receive 10%. I repeat, a big fat 10% off your next order. So do it. Go to slabstrong.com today for daily protection of your cards. Slab Strong doesn't actually protect against landscaping shears, hammers, and any other deadly objects. Please do not attempt to crack, snap, break your slabs in any way while using Slab Strong. Slab Strong is not liable for your mishandling of cards and other collectibles. I repeat, please do not try this at home. Before you or a loved one uses Slab Strong, consult with a physician to ensure your slabs and strongs are Slab Strong. The most common side effect of Slab Strong is increased coolness, collection value, and overall card well-being.
All right, guys, Slab Strong, by the way, another product that I invested in, a product that I love. I protect all of my personal cards, my collection with Slab Strong, and it looks great paired with those beautiful new stand-up displays. You get the combo of the red Slab Strong with the beautiful new team-printed Atlanta Hawks stand-up display, or the red Slab Strong with a Mike Trout stand-up display. That is a winning combo for displaying your card collection right there. The Slab Strongs are available at slabstrong.com. Promo code SCI for 10% off, and the stand-up displays are available at standupdisplays.co. Promo code SCI virtual for 25% off, but only good tonight. So go to standupdisplays.com or standupdisplays.co and slabstrong.com to get those wonderful, wonderful products. How about some more giveaways? We got Daniel from The Great Curator, who's going to come on in just a minute, by the way. This is going to be a fun conversation. Let's do a couple of giveaways first, and then we're going to grab Daniel. So let's do this, guys. More giveaways from our official wax sponsor, Midwest Cards. Thanks for everybody who entered our Optic Donruss. We got a box of Optic Donruss basketball. These are, once again, all thanks to our official wax sponsor, Midwest Cards. This is Dr. Suber. Dr. Suber is getting the Optic. We got a lot of doctors winning tonight. Someone was complaining about that in the chat. Someone's like, why are doctors winning? I don't know why doctors are winning tonight, but this is another doctor who won tonight. Dr. Suber won tonight. This is all random from people who entered the contest. We've got RARCAS 8885. This is a box of 2020 Hockey Allure. Upper Deck 2020 Hockey Allure that goes to RARCAS 8885. Congratulations. We have a Optic Donruss 2019. Is that a hobby box? That is a hobby. Ooh, that's a nice box. You got Zion Williamson, you got Ja Morant, you got a lot of good players this year. That's good. 2019 Donruss Optic Basketball Hobby Box goes to Lingo012. Well, at least a doctor didn't win it. Lingo012 gets the hobby box. Congratulations, Lingo012. Those are all courtesy of our official wax sponsor, Midwest Cards. Buy your wax at midwestcards.com. What else do we got here? Oh, we're going to give away some stand-up displays. These awesome stand-up displays. Are we giving away these? It says 2 stand-up displays. Are we giving away? Are these the custom ones we're giving away? We're giving away these custom stand-up displays from the virtual. So little mementos here from the virtual. These are the custom printed virtual stand-up displays. N Santa 1 is getting to, that's fitting, right? Santa wants some stand-up displays. And Santa 1 is getting some stand-up displays. And we also have S Crans 99. S Crans 99 got some stand-up displays as well. Congratulations to you guys. We're gonna have some more giveaways here in a couple of minutes, but first let's bring on the man of the hour, Daniel, the Great Curator.
My name is Daniel Wynn, and by day I invest in sports cards, but by night I make videos about investing in sports cards. I am the Great Curator. Join me on my journey to break even in the hobby that we all love.
There's the man, Daniel. Welcome to the virtual. Oh, hold on. I can't hear Daniel. This might be me. I'm not sure I got him in my earbud. We switched earbuds out during the last break there, so I got to get my...
Daniel, you good?
Daniel's talking. I don't know if he's muted. I don't know if I'm put my other earbud in here. Maybe I need my my second. Oh, there we go. I got Daniel now. I don't know if it was my earbud. I can hear you, Daniel. You sound great tonight. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, Geoff. Thank you for having me. I feel like I've made it because I watched this last year and I was like, oh man, if I could just be on there next year, it would make my Christmas. So I'm super happy to be here.
Merry Christmas, Daniel. I laugh at your intro because you say that you're by night you break even in sports cars. Daniel, I think at this point all of us are simply hoping to break even at sports cars. That's all you can hope for in the year 2022.
I guess I predicted it right, and I appreciate you being a good sport about that. When I first started that, I was worried that it might make its way to you and I might get sued or something. But I appreciate you being a good sport about it.
Daniel, you are not the person that I have ever thought about suing. I'm not going to talk about others who are perhaps producing YouTube content this week, but you are not the person that I'm currently that I've thought about that before. I love the playful nature of what you've been doing for sure. Let's actually talk about that for a second. Let's have a serious note here at the beginning of the conversation, right? Because you have been subjected, you create a lot of great content, but you've been subjected in recent months to a lot of people that have been like creating content to bash you. I think to a degree that's a sign that you made it. It's a sign that you've gotten popular enough for people to care about your audience and to care about the fact that people are actually listening to what you have to say. So to a degree, I think it's an honor. But it's also not fun. It's not fun at all. You've gone through a lot of it this year. I'm going through some of it. My team's going through some of it. It's been a rough week for us. It's been a rough week for us as Sports Card Investor having to deal with some of that. How do you deal with that? How do you stay positive as a content creator when there's others out there that are really trying to take you down?
Well, it's unfortunate, and honestly, I don't even know why these guys pick on me. I think it's because maybe I'm an easy target because I focus on pop culture cards and things like that, and it's different, and it's very easy to kind of like poke fun and attack things that are different when people don't understand it. But for me, the way I kind of look at it is at first, just like everybody else, I was very offended, and it hurt my feelings in the beginning just because I wasn't used to this type of that type of attention and things like that. But over time, after talking to a lot of different people, I just find that the hobby for me is a great escape from the real stresses of the world, and I want to keep it as fun and as active as I can be in it. So I just kind of choose to focus on the people that support me. I don't focus on any of the critics out there. I don't try to defend myself. I don't try to necessarily attack them back in their same way that they do us. And I just try to spend my time, the limited time that I have to spend on the hobby, I try to spend it on focusing on having fun, making fun content, sharing things with people, and just interacting with the people that support me. I think that's probably the best way to handle it.
I think that's the best way to go. Keep it positive, focus on the positive, and focus on the good, right? And try to spread the love, right? It's every time that somebody takes a swing, every time that somebody attacks, we as a team talk about it here at Sports Card Investor, and we're like, you know what? Let's take the energy of the getting upset and getting riled up at that. Let's take that energy and instead let's put that energy towards good, positive things. They're going to make a difference in the hobby, and they're going to make a difference in the lives of other people. Let's not spend energy attacking back. Let's direct energy towards positive and growing this wonderful hobby, because it is a wonderful hobby and it's connected an incredible community. People like you and I have gotten connected. So many people. I go to these card shows and you experience it all the time. There's so many incredible people from all slices of life. That's one of the really cool things too, like folks who just all different backgrounds, all different professions, all different interests, all different parts of the country, beginning to become more diverse now as well, which is great to see. So diversity in background, different ethnicities, different genders, it all comes together at a card show, and everyone's there for the love of a common thing, and that's cardboard. And I tell you what, in this world where things have become so politically divided and divisive, and there's so many, people at their keyboards all the time, typing away and trying to, bombard chats and all that kind of stuff. It is getting to go to a car show and getting to experience the positivity with others who are there from all walks of life who get to share the same interest and not talk about politics and not talk about crap. Talk about what you love, the hobby that you're in together. There's a special camaraderie that you form with people when you go to those events. There's nothing else like it. And I think it's so cool that we get to experience that.
Yeah, that's 100% true. And if I can just add one more thing to this topic, as I just want to tell people that a lot of the stuff that's out there, just remember that it's geared to be entertainment. It's not meant to be any type of like call to action to attack people or anything like that. It's entertainment, so people can watch it, they can consume it, they can enjoy it any way they want. But just remember that the point of this stuff is it's for entertainment purposes. So we have to think about that and not let that type of content create a false grievance in our minds where we have to act on it and attack other people in the hobby. We want to keep it as positive as we can.
So speaking of that, you've been creating a lot of fun content. You've been doing stuff on Instagram. You've been doing stuff on TikTok. You're always entertaining, and you bring in different types of cards as well. You do a lot of non-sports cards. You do a lot of Marvel. You do a lot of really interesting things. What is it that you love so much about doing what you do?
Well, I feel like just like a lot of people, when I got back into the hobby, I focus on sports cards. But if I have to be honest with myself, I've always been a nerd. I am immersed in nerd culture ever since I was a young kid. I love comic books, action figures, cartoons, all that stuff, movies. And it was just a very natural transition for me to kind of evolve from collecting sports cards into collecting pop culture cards, Marvel, Star Wars, wrestling, entertainment, Disney, things like that. And I just kind of found my niche in the hobby by doing that. And the content that I've been producing around it by showing off cards, making reels and things like that, it's been received very well by the community. And that's kind of encouraged me to kind of make that my thing. And I've really been leaning into that category heavily over the last year.
You're an entertainer. You do an excellent job at it. So what I know you've developed a love for Star Wars cards. We've obviously put a Star Wars index together within Market Movers. Actually, tell everybody about that. I'm not sure everybody knows about this.
Yeah, so one of the questions I get most all the time is like, hey, I love Star Wars. I love your content. I want to start collecting. What do you suggest? And they're looking for a little bit of guidance because it can be overwhelming because there's so many sets. They've been making Star Wars cards for like 30, 40 years. So there's so many sets out there. There's so many different cards and characters to collect. So your team was very generous to approach me to put together kind of like a starter list. These are my personal cards that I think are the coolest, that I think are great to start off a collection. And then we're able to start tracking them now because they transact on eBay. So we created a list of about 50 cards. They're all scanned, the pictures, so you can see them all on the Market Movers app. And that's going to be like the starting point for anybody that wants to get into starting to collect Star Wars. Now, it's not the end all be all list. It's my personal list, the cards that I think are coolest. But I encourage people to check it out, and I would welcome the debate about what cards should be on that list, what cards did I leave off, because that's how we can kind of grow the collection and grow the hobby base.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll have Teapot on here in a few minutes. Maybe we can show off the Star Wars list because it's impressive. By the way, I'm going to make a prediction here. And this will probably be something that people will screenshot and make fun of me for a few years down the road because this could be wildly wrong. But my prediction is that Star Wars cards are going to the moon, Daniel. And the reason why I believe they are is because Topps and Fanatics are placing a very clear emphasis on their entertainment franchises, and their biggest entertainment franchises is Star Wars. You heard it earlier. David from Fanatics earlier in the show tonight teased that they're going to be doing a lot more with Star Wars cards next year. That's got to help the entire Star Wars market, I would think.
Yeah, it's so funny to think about it. From us coming from a sports card background, we probably don't view other type of cards as collectible or as investable as sports cards. But if you think about the fan base that supports Star Wars outside of collecting cards, the ones that collect toys, comic books, autographs, props, things like that, it's huge. And it's just a matter of time before these executives at Topps and Fanatics, before they tap into that and they start marketing to those people. And if you can bring those people in to help grow the collector base, there's going to be a huge demand for Star Wars cards in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see where the Star Wars market goes. All right, well, my production team, Daniel, is telling me we're running out of time. Any last words before you get out of here on your first virtual?
Well, I would just say thank you for having me again. This was a lot of fun. And if you want, you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok at The Great Curator. I'm also doing a special holiday giveaway this week. I'm collabing with your friend Dan at Stand Up Displays. We're doing a giveaway. So please check out my Instagram for that. And then I would just say to people, I know there's a lot of gossip going on in the hobby right now. Just remember that this is supposed to be a hobby. It's supposed to be fun. We don't have to do anything that makes us stressed out or angry or anything like that. Just remember that the hobby is here to have fun. So let's just keep it that way, support each other, and enjoy it for what it is.
100%. Keep it positive for sure. Awesome, Daniel. Really appreciate it. Everyone go follow The Great Curator. He's an awesome follow online, always entertaining. Hope to see you in person again soon, Daniel. Happy holidays. Thank you. Happy holidays. Take care. All right, where are we going next? Do we have a Teapot coming in? Are we doing giveaways? Oh, LA Sports Cards. Oh, this is great. We're going to go live to LA, and we're going to go to LA Sports Cards. Let's bring them in. All right, we're getting... Gentlemen, are you guys there? Think we got you muted there. See if we can unmute you. I think you're muted on your end. There you go. I can hear you guys. How are you guys doing?
I can't hear you. We can't hear you, but can you hear us?
I can hear you. You can't hear me. They should be
doing
able to hear
good.
me, right? Can the audience hear me? The audience can hear me. Audience can hear
Can you
me.
can you hear me, Geoff?
I can hear you. You sound good. Yeah, you sound good.
I don't know. The audio's not working, guys. You guys are both here.
My producer is saying maybe turn your volume up. Of course, I can't hear this. How am I? Can I sign? What's the sign language for turn volume up?
We can't
We'll
hear
press.
Geoff.
We'll do like here, laptop volume, turn it up, turn it up. How do you do? This is like a game of Pictionary here.
Okay.
What are we doing? Oh,
Sounds good.
How do you do this is game of Pictionary.
you're getting me on tape delay, but you know what? You got me nonetheless. So they got a tape delay of me. I'll tell you what, since the audio is a little funky, I'm going to let you guys just show us the LA Sports Card store. I'm not going to try to talk to you. Just show us a tour. Dazzle us. LA Sports Cards, ladies and gentlemen. All right, well, we're that's not exactly what I was thinking when I meant... It's not... I mean, I wanted to be dazzled.
Let me show you my things.
Yes.
What happened to the mic there?
Yes,
Hey, why don't
Elvis.
you use your laptop?
Let's.
Bring it.
This is,
Let's
by the way,
log on with that.
we're looking live at LA
go
Sports
ahead.
Cards. They are. I'll just narrate. We're looking live. You are looking live at LA Sports Cards, Los Angeles, California. Beautiful store. That is Elvis. You see Elvis there. That's hello Elvis. He doesn't know I'm talking, but hello Elvis. There's Elvis over there. Oh, there he is. Look at this. Beautiful store. Out in LA, 2 stores. They got 2 stores out in LA, one in the Glendale area. The other, I think, is in the Burbank area, if I remember correctly. Really nicely designed stores, good selection of wax. They got high-end Kobe cards. They got a lot of soccer. They got
We're
a lot
gonna
of
log
soccer.
on with a different laptop real quick. Maybe it'll work.
We're sure going to hope so. The audience hopes so. I hope so. I hope it works. Sure, maybe we give them a minute here. Maybe we take them off the feed. We'll let them reset here for a second. Let them reset. This is, this live TV, Liz. They can't always, they got it. There's not enough film production people in LA to get this thing going for them. If there's any city, by the way, that should have a good, stable connection, it should be LA. I mean, LA should have a good, stable. You would expect that, right? That's the entertainment capital of the world, production capital of the world. I digress. Beautiful store. We're going to hopefully get to see it in a second. And I really want to get them on. They're bringing a great giveaway tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They are going to give away a signed A signed Christian Pulisic ball. A signed Pulisic ball. That's a nice prize. I'd like a signed Pulisic soccer ball. Who would like a signed Pulisic soccer ball? If you would like a signed Pulisic soccer ball, make some noise right now in the YouTube chat. Let's see who wants one of these. Oh, Michael Tao has a signed Pele auto jersey in his helmet in his office. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Oh, there's a lot of people that like this. Austin's wife would love it. I didn't offer it to your wife, Austin. I offered it to you. I'm glad that your wife would like it, but you know, let's lots of people in the chat. Oh, there you go. There you go. James Laubach would like it. Chris Sanchez would like it. Dakota would like it. Glass Bro would like it. K-Dub would like it. Joey Jackson would like it. Everin would like it. Lots of people in the chat would like it. Justin Kennelly would like it. Look at this. Hunter Patterson would like it. Oh, there's a lot of people would like it. All right, well, I'll tell you what. One of you are going to get it. We're going to give this away. We got to get these guys back on, and then we're going to give them away. Should we go, Kelly? Should we go to our next guest? Okay. We're going to give LA Sports Cards a minute. We're going to go to Dynasty Breaks. Let's go ahead and bring them on. Oh, what? Oh, Dane, are you there, Dane?
I think I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh my gosh, look at that. I can hear you. I can see you. It looks great. And you're nowhere near LA. You're in the middle of the country, yet you've got a great connection feed. Everything's fantastic. This looks great. How are you doing tonight, Dane?
Pretty good. It's my technical expertise, Geoff.
It is. It is. And maybe it's the luck of the Cincinnati Bengals. Are they your team? Are they your team?
No, besides sports cards, I have a hat collecting problem. So I have over 100 hats. So
wow,
yeah,
that's interesting. You know, I've met many sneaker collectors. I've obviously met a billion sports card collectors. I met comic book collectors. I met sealed video game collectors. I met Marvel card collectors. You don't hear a lot of hat collectors anymore. This is maybe a lost art. I feel like that used to be the case more. You got a huge hat collection. What inspired the hat collection, Dane?
Just, I've always worn a lot of hats, and so I started trying to get every NBA team, every NFL team, every MLB team, and I try to go for either throwbacks or like the salute to service, you know, here. So I always try to go for unusual hats, nothing basic. So, and I like to switch it up when we're breaking to, I get a lot of people that say nice hat and a lot of people that yell at me and say your hat stinks. So we get kind of a good mix.
So you mix it up though. You represent all teams, all sports. You're not just sticking to your favorites. You're spreading the love around.
That's right. That's right. It's
probably a good marketing tactic, really, because at some point you're going to wear the hat of somebody's favorite team, and then they're going to remember that, and they're going to be drawn to Dynasty Breaks.
That's right.
So Dane, tell everybody who may not be familiar with Dynasty Breaks a little bit about you and your operation there.
We started back in 2018. Really, we started doing this as more of a hobby. We were breaking customers ourselves, my business partner George and I, and we started thinking, well, we could try this. We could see what we can maybe do different or bring to the table. And we've taken kind of an entertainment approach, very interactive with customers. We don't do, we probably do about 20 breaks a week. We're live 4 nights. And, but we started out small and slowly built it up. And now this is our full-time job. And we've built up a really good community, and we really love what we do. So it doesn't seem like work,
It's the best type of job, right? I mean, that you love what you do. It doesn't seem like work. Now in fairness though, there's got to be a moment or two where it seems like work, right? Like you do a good volume of breaks. I'm sure taking the cards out on camera, getting to do that is the fun part. But then you got the sorting, you got the shipping. I don't think people realize how much logistical and operational work goes into running a successful breaking business. I imagine that's a really big part of the mix for you.
Yeah, and that's, we get a lot of people that are starting out that ask us questions. I know Rich Layton for one, and the guys over at Mojo Break helped us a lot when we had questions. We do the same thing for people that are trying to get into breaking. And the first thing I tell them is you need to be ready to work about at least 60 hours a week when you're starting. And you just need to treat it like a job. But when you're on camera, kind of let loose, have fun. And that's when it's all worth it, when we get to talk to customers and we get to do things like this. So we really appreciate you having us on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun to have you on. You break a lot of baseball, and I know you do other sports too, but baseball, is that what you would say is your primary?
I would say baseball and football make up probably 85% of our breaks. Probably pretty equal. We also do basketball. We do a lot of memorabilia. We do buybacks, repack products that we do our own. But yeah, baseball and football are kind of our bread and butter. So we do, and we're live Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday every week, and really enjoy it.
Is there a favorite product for you to break?
Favorite product to break? I mean, it's hard not to say National Treasures.
Sure.
It's obviously a little bit pricey, but we love doing NT football. We've been doing flawless collegiate football lately. Bowman Chrome 2022 Chrome. We just pulled a Vaquero Superfractor last week, autographed for a customer.
Nice.
So that'll be going to auction next week. So we love doing all different products, but I think NT takes the cake.
It's got to take the cake, right? It's one of the best out there. All right, Dane. So for folks who haven't braked with you before, tell everybody how people can find Dynasty Breaks.
Our website, we sell spots on our website, dynastybreaks.com. New customers, when you do your first break, you get $5 credit you can use, or you can save it up and use it on a future break. We stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We stream to all three places, and we're on 4 nights a week. So we would love people to give us a try.
There you go, dynastybreaks.com. Get $5 credit on your first break when you go there. Awesome. This has been fun, Dane. I appreciate you. Good luck with Dynasty Breaks. Happy holidays to you and your team.
Thanks, Geoff. We appreciate it.
Take care. All right, we're going to try to go back out to LA, and we're going to see if we can get LA Sports Cards on here. I'd love to show you their store. It's beautiful. It's lovely. I was there this summer. Enjoyed it. Elvis and his team, amazing people. We're going to see if we can get them on, and then we're going to have some more. Oh, we actually have some more giveaways waiting in the wings here. Do we want to go to LA and then we'll go do some giveaways? We're going to try to get LA on here. Just 1 second, I'm told, and you are going to see the magic of live television, live from Los Angeles, and there they are. Can you guys hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh my gosh, Elvis, we solved it. We've solved it.
Yeah,
Elvis is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, my fault.
Geoff, he spent 2 days prepping this, and when it comes to it, it's not working.
Well, you know, the mute button is a difficult thing, Elvis. The mute button stifle, you know, it surprises many of us. But look, we're up and running now. I know you got to go. I know you got Sun sporting events and all that kind of stuff, but we need to show your store because you got a beautiful store. Now, which store are you in? Are you in the Glendale store right now?
Yeah, I'm in Glendale.
You're in Glendale, and you got 2, and the other one, if I remember, is out in the Burbank area, right?
Yes, correct.
Glendale and Burbank, and these are really nice stores. I love if we could kind of show it off a little bit so people can get a sense of the store design.
Sure. You want me to show it off?
Sure, show it off. Just turn the camera around. Let's take a peek.
Oh, you talk. Oh, I got you.
So this is our soccer wall right here. And then football. This is the football wall.
Football.
Yeah, because the guys always argue, it should be called football. Why is soccer called soccer? The whole argument. So we just call this the football wall. Football
there you go.
Soccer. We got the Belechu right here. And this is our Pokemon section.
Love that. Nice trading card game selection. Yeah, that's real nice.
And we look up. There's memorabilia up on top.
Yeah.
Messi, LeBron, the GOAT, Jordan. We got our Kobe's going on. Curry, Mahomes, Ja, and of course, Kobe.
Very cool. A lot of Kobe out in LA. I know you got a lot of nice Kobe singles in the shop too. I remember seeing a lot of those this summer.
Yeah, we got a lot, but we had to refill that showcase several times. It doesn't stay. And then when we go around, we got our football, we got our soccer section. This used to be packed with our Argentina memorabilia, Messi, Ronaldo, and people just local. They all came to all the local soccer youth academies we sponsored. They came and picked up a lot of them.
It's a very cool store design. It's
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a nice store design. Very, very modern, very clean, very new, very fresh, very crisp. It's a cool design. It's very inviting. So Elvis, what inspired you to dive in, open up 2 stores during the pandemic, or kind of coming out of the pandemic, and essentially try to bring a new brand into the LA sports card market?
Starting 1990, when I started collecting sports cards, when we first landed from Armenia to America, they took us to a retail. My mom, we went to a local retail store. I don't remember what it was called, and I remember our first pack. It was wrestling cards we opened back then, and I just started falling in love with it. I liked it. Then we bought basketball cards, football cards, and I lost my dad at an early age, and I was sad. And sports cards kind of made me more happy, and it was my passion, and it gave me comfort, and I just fell in love with the hobby more and more and more. And during the pre-pandemic, we had an apartment. We were doing a lot of online sales. We were continuously looking for a location, and when we found the location, we started from there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so you still obviously you sell a lot of wax, you sell a lot of singles. I know you do a little bit on eBay, and you're selling a lot of singles through your shop. How can people find your selection? How can people do business with you?
Well, we're more of a storefront, but we're working on the e-commerce side. We're working on the eBay side currently on our website. We just hired a few people to help us on that, and so we could knock out the eBay and the website and the e-commerce sales even more.
LA, obviously, I spent a lot of time there this summer. It is. I think it's the mecca of sports cards overall, right? You've got shops in LA that have been there for 40 plus years. You've got, some massive, well-known shops in LA, and then you've got the new breed of shops like your own, right? But overall, there's and Cards and Coffee, another one out there. There's a lot of really good shops in LA. What is your impression of the LA card scene?
LA card scene is insane. And if you look at it, even though there's a lot of LA card shops, everybody kind of has their little niche, with Burbank, with their niche, with Cards and Coffee, and us. And everybody's sort of different. We're all the same. We're a card shop, but everybody has what they specialize in.
And Jaspy's was on yesterday as well. But one of the things I discovered when I was in LA this summer, I didn't have, before I actually spent the summer there, I did not have an appreciation for how spread out the city is. When people talk about LA, like Jaspy's is down in Hermosa Beach, and you guys are in Glendale and Burbank. I mean, these are there's a lot of, I think you got you got card shops all over the city, everywhere. You could drive hours each direction and be running into card shops in the greater LA area, right? It's a big area, and there's a lot of customers to serve.
Of course, there's a saying: it takes you an hour to get from LA to LA, because that's how big LA is. So. It's great. I love being in LA.
Awesome. Can you introduce the other guys in your shop? You got a great team there. I was really impressed with your team when we came and visited.
Well, I got Eric here, our IT. You can tell he's great at it. Yeah. There's Eric.
Hey, Geoff. Good to see you.
Eric's an original Market Movers member, and he's great sports card enthusiast. So if you go in the shop and see Eric's a great guy.
Appreciate it.
We would appreciate to have you.
And then someone popped in and said hello a second ago. They popped back out of frame.
This is Pokemon Kid.
Oh, there we go.
Guys?
I'm seeing more of you on social. So you guys do a great job on social as well. Awesome. What is hot right now?
Much. Appreciate it. Had a good time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. What is hot in the store? What's hot in the LA sports card market? Are people coming in for soccer right now with the World Cup going on? Are you seeing football? What are people interested in LA right now?
Most definitely. Lots of soccer, especially with World Cup. Lots of excitement. So many great games. So many Cinderella teams. It's really fun. And you got a lot of excitement for Pokemon, of course. And you have a lot of excitement still for basketball. Basketball's always there.
For sure. And speaking of soccer,
And
you
a
guys
bunch of soccer memorabilia too.
What's that?
And a lot of soccer memorabilia as well.
Yeah, well, and speaking of that, you guys have been very generous. You've given us a great giveaway to give to the audience. We're going to give that away here in just a moment. We're getting a look at it.
Yeah, we're going to get a look at it. Let's take it out. It's right here.
Look at this.
Let me take it out.
Take it out.
Hold it. Right here.
Look at that. That is a Christian Pulisic signed Chelsea. That's beautiful. Beautiful Chelsea football there. It's beautiful. Real nice. Real nice. Nice signature, real crisp. Nice. I love the pen they used. It really shows off on that ball.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. That's going to be a cool prize for somebody. We're going to give that away live here in just a moment. So stay tuned, everybody, for that giveaway. That's great. I really appreciate you guys doing that. So, Elvis, we're going to get you out of here, but tell everybody how they can find LA Sports Cards.
LA Sports Cards, you can find us at lasportscards.net. You can find us on Instagram, LASportsCards_.
Awesome. And of course, if you're in the LA area, go check out their stores, one in Glendale, one in Burbank. We appreciate you guys. Good to see you again. And
I brought some cool things I wanted to show you guys.
Oh, show us a few things before we get you out of here. Let's do it.
Okay. Let's start off with one of my... I was going to show some memorabilia pieces. So we got our Tom Brady when he passed the all-time pass record right here. Inscribed.
Wow. Red paint
number
pen.
to 12.
That's beautiful. Gosh. Number to 12. Wow.
Yeah. And it's the same helmet, same inscription, but this color is wow.
Very cool.
And one of my favorite helmets right here. It's when he won the Super Bowl against the Rams. It's inscribed 6-time Super Bowl champion and 4-time Super Bowl MVP. And the best thing is right here, the score against the Rams.
Nice. Nice.
And of course,
last but not least,
my Michigan fans, my Tom Brady Michigan helmet.
There you go. A college throwback. I like it. Very cool. Yeah, you guys have good stuff in the store. Not just sports cards, but really cool memorabilia as well. So that's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. And before we go,
we want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
You and your team, thank you. And we wish you were here, Geoff. We're going to pop a bottle of Dom.
We'll do that next time I'm out. I will definitely do that next time I'm out. I remember that. I appreciate that. Happy holidays to you and your team. Everybody check out
Happy holidays to everybody.
There you go. Pop it. There you go, everybody. Awesome. Happy holidays to you. I might be doing that later tonight. So, we'll maybe we might wait till the show's over, but it's great to see you. Cheers to you guys for sure.
Cheers. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Take care. All right, let's do a couple more giveaways here if we could, and then we're going to bring Teapot on. Then we're going to do a break. Midwest Cards is going to do a break with us. We're going to do, Spectra. We got a Spectra hobby. Oh, wow, 2017 Spectra. This is a big boy box right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is, you've got Jason Tatum rookie cards in this one. This is a big box. Donovan Mitchell rookie cards in 2017. This is going to Jeremy R. Burton. Jeremy R. Burton, congratulations. How about a Pokemon Battle Styles booster box for SWMW.94? Congratulations. This is, by the way, the first part of your email address that you registered with. That's what we're announcing tonight. And if you're announced as a winner, please go fill out the form in the chat. We're also, by the way, the forms at the top of the YouTube chat, we're also, by the way, Going to post all the winners to our website. So if you didn't get a chance to watch the whole show yesterday or today, they will be posted later, probably later tonight or tomorrow morning. Sportscardinvestor.com. You click contest winners on the main menu bar. They'll all be there. Mark S. Reeve. This is your Topps Chrome 2020 box for Mark S. Reeve. Congratulations. And then we've got an absolute football box. Time to go kaboom hunting. The Station Jacks. The Station Jacks. I'm assuming that's a Jacksonville reference. The Station, maybe a little TV reference? What's going on down there in Jacksonville? We got a little Channel 4 reference in Jacksonville? I don't know. The Station Jacks. Absolute football box. Congratulations to you. That is very cool. Awesome. We're going to have some more giveaways in just a minute. We're also going to have a break going on in just a minute, a free break for some giveaway winners. Special thanks to Midwest Cards, our official wax sponsor for all of the giveaways tonight. Check them out at MidwestCards.com. Next up, a familiar face from the Sports Card Investor team. We're going to bring Teapot on set. Mr. Teapot.
I made it.
Happy holidays, sir.
I made it.
You did make it. We were trying to get Teapot on the show a little earlier. We were bumping around schedule with some of the guests and all that type of thing. And so Teapot, you've been very patiently waiting in the wings.
Yes.
You may be towards the end of the show, but you are certainly not least.
Well, thank you.
You are certainly not least.
I am so happy you're wearing the Santa hat. I'm putting in my Christmas wish item right now for that signed Chelsea Christian Pulisic ball. So I expect to see that under the tree in just a few short weeks.
Sports Card Investor employees are ineligible to win tonight's giveaways.
Oh, maybe.
We are giving them away only to people who are watching, Teapot. But whoever wins the Chelsea ball, which we'll have the winner drawn here in a moment, perhaps that person will find you and sell it to you.
That's super cool.
Or sell it to your wife, and
Or
then she
sell
can
it
put
to
it under
you,
the tree.
so
Or
you
sell
can
it
give
to
it
or sell it to me. Sell it to me. All
That's
right.
awesome. By the way, I'm sorry to bring tidings of bad news. Your Gators getting annihilated by the Huskies, down 17-20, depending on when you look at the score. So, sorry about that.
We're a football school, Teapot.
Yeah, football.
We're a football school.
Except when you're not.
Well, we'll be actually, truthfully, we're a cross country school this year, Teapot. We are
a water polo
We've got an
school.
amazing track and field team. Not much else this year, but track and field.
Steeplechase is exhilarating.
We won the track and field national championship, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we got to hang our hat on this year, Teapot.
Demps, what was that? The guy Demps, the speedster?
Oh yeah. Oh wow, we're going back in time.
Yeah.
Wow,
Wasn't he the guy?
oh
The
yeah,
track star?
Jeffrey Demps.
Yeah.
That's like a 2006 Florida Gator reference. I like that. Good work, Teapot.
All right.
All right, we're going to go to Market Movers now. So Teapot, we wanted to show a couple things off here tonight. So this is the brand new Market Movers X. And by the way, this is one of the biggest things that happened of the year here at Sports Card Investor, the launch of the brand new version of Market Movers.
Yep, that's right.
And we're looking at, is this the Star Wars index?
This is the Star Wars index. You guys can see my screen for sure.
I believe everyone can.
Everybody's good? Okay,
Yep.
yeah. So you were talking about the index with Daniel, the great curator. This is just an example. One of the biggest things we did in the redesign is making it far more visual. We made Market Movers far more visual. It's about the cards, really nice quality images, as you can see. And he handpicked these cards as he described. Really beautiful cards, a lot of Star Wars Galaxy from the 90s and the most recent, the 96 Finest. So really cool. Same thing, if you just go into price movements, for example, I just did the episode on Kobe, and you can just scroll through. I mean, an infinite list. Where else are you going to get pictures of all of these beautiful Kobe cards as you scroll and scroll?
Super
and
high
scroll.
resolution, good quality photos.
We've got Kobe cards. We've got, I know you love the Gaudy Babe
Oh, look at
Ruths.
these.
We've got the pre-war vintage stuff of, I mean, complete sets, Cracker Jack, Gaudy, T206, T2, all those things. Scrolling down, if you want to get into the mantles, we know that the mantles have been all the rage, and even, of course, a little bit of soccer with the World Cup going on, the biggest soccer players. So this was the big thing that, as far as like improvements to the product, was showing off the visual aspects of the cards with all the same data. We're rapidly growing the database. Right now, we're making some big efforts to sort of shore up our infrastructure so that as we head into the new year, we have some really big plans to scale and really massively blow up in the database, which is going to be very exciting. So lots of good things to come. And right now, if you want to sign up for Market Movers, you can visit marketmoversapp.com. Use code virtual22, get 30% off your first payment, whether an annual or a monthly plan. Sign up using virtual22. And I do have some good news.
Okay.
We have a giveaway.
I thought this was good news. We got more
for one unlimited member.
Wow.
One Market Movers unlimited annual membership.
Let's go. That's a big value
This is
there.
a big value. It's going to presumably a lady, Lady Gambini.
Lady Gambini, congratulations, Lady Gambini.
So bringing some more women into the hobby. If you're out there listening, sign up or send us a note, fill out the form, and we'll get you that account set up under whatever email address you want. So really exciting.
That's awesome. Lady Gambini won the giveaway. So yeah, the Market Movers X looks incredible. And I know we've got some news to share as well. And that is that while we redesigned the desktop version, the web version of Market Movers X this year, the new mobile version of Market Movers X, a complete redesign of our mobile app to make it as good as the desktop product with all these visuals and the cards and all that. That's coming out real soon.
The mobile app's coming out really soon. We're targeting early January. You'll see a lot of the same look and feel now as the web experience. We're adding in more features. The goal is to try to get it as comprehensive as the web, but in a mobile format. I know a lot of people are using their cell phones a lot more than computers sometimes. And then we'll be diving back in next year too into continuing to enhance the image recognition and a lot of other things. So
there you go.
The mobile app's coming out very soon with the enhancements. Keep an eye out for that. And if you sign up, you'll of course be upgraded for free once that comes out in early January.
There you go. Promo code up there on the screen. Take advantage of that to get 30% off your Market Movers X subscription.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Teapot. Happy holidays, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for coming on the virtual.
Yep.
Thank you. Good to have you. Let's have, before Teapot gets off the set, let's give a couple more giveaways here.
All right.
We're gonna, you can bless these people with good luck. More giveaways, and then I think we're about to go to a break as well right after this, where we're gonna have in fact, I probably need the winners of the break too, so we'll need to get that up here in a second. But the giveaways, this is a box of Upper Deck Black Diamond Hockey from our friends at Midwest Cards. This is going to Daniel J. Melchior. Daniel J. Melchior. Congratulations, Daniel. Ooh, that's a big one, Teapot.
Not bad.
Hobby Box 2021 Prism Basketball with a Detroit Piston Cade Cunningham on the cover.
Yeah. Could it be Detroit Pistons Victor Wembanyama next year? We'll see.
It could be a big one. Nos Leonard. Congratulations, Nos Leonard. That is yours. Panini 3 and 2 Baseball. We actually opened up a box of this during our last member live stream. Cool product.
Yeah. Bears mentioning too, if you sign up, we do have monthly member live streams. We do trivia. We give away tons of stuff like we're doing tonight. So just another perk of being a member.
And it is 100% free to our members. This box is going to Elijah 816 Jack. Congratulations. And thanks again to our official wax sponsor, Midwest Cards. Check them out at midwestcards.com. The signed Pulisic Chelsea soccer ball, courteous of our friends of LA Sports Cards. The winner of that soccer ball, DJ. We've had a lot of doctors winning tonight. Now we got a DJ winning tonight. We got a DJ in the house. DJ Sharenko. DJ Sharenko on the 1 and 2s on the wheels of steel. DJ Sharenko winning a Chelsea signed Pulisic soccer ball. Congratulations, DJ Sharenko. All right. Do we have our break winners? We're getting break winners, ladies and gentlemen, because I believe that we are going live right now in just a moment to Midwest Cards, to their new breaking operation at Midwest Cards, and they're going to do a break, and a bunch of you have won your way into this break. Midwest Cards is going to be breaking a box of 2019 Prism Hobby Basketball.
Ooh, nice.
They're going to be, that's Zion and Ja, Prism Hobby Basketball. They're going to be breaking 2021 Obsidian Football, and they're going to be breaking 2022 Absolute Football. You guys ready for all the winner names? So that's going to go pack by pack, okay? Pack by pack, Prism Hobby. You got Rodney Jones, 53717, RACZ32, Link, 623-73833. Not to be confused with Link 623-73822. It's not you. It's 833. Flash 944. Parrish Nathan. Chicago Dengles. Retro Player 71. Walker Britz. NH and If 1. Coach Disney. Win TK Hoing. RTOLENTINO2. You've all won a pack of Prism Hobby. Obsidian Football, card by card through Obsidian Football. First card to Basement Sports Cards. Second card, Poppich Mike. Then we've got Master Thomas 1, Chris Pod, M. Vieira 2552, Little Leams, and NJM 3229. Then Absolute Football 3 packs. Pack number 1, Stub All 61. Pack number 2, K Cooper 629. Pack number 3, XIROTIRIS 23. Those are the break winners. And then I think we got a few more giveaways after. We got more giveaways. So stay on the break here. And then we'll be right back from the break in a minute. We're going to go to a commercial. We're going to do the break. And then we'll be back for our final set of giveaways and to wrap up for the night. So we're going to go live to Midwest Cards right after this.
Opening a fresh box of cards is one of the most exciting experiences that a collector has in the sports card hobby. Midwest Cards is the place where anyone in the hobby can start or grow their collection with confidence. With more 5-star Google reviews than any other sports card retailer and the Midwest Insider program, you'll be taken care of on your first purchase and every step of the way for years to come. To start looking for your next box of cards, visit MidwestCards.com.
It's the new Midwest Cards logo.
All right. Are we ready? All right, if y'all can hear us, let's get ready to go. Let's rock and roll. Here we are. We are ready to give you just a small taste of what Midwest Cards Breaks are all about. So thanks for joining us. We're starting off first with our 2022 Absolute Football. As Geoff was just mentioning, you got the winners there. Stuball 61, you're getting the first pack. K Cooper 629, you're getting the second pack. And Excurious 23, however you want to pronounce that, you're getting the third pack. So while my partner in crime, Ted over here, starts ripping, you can take those in, check out those cards. While he's doing that, I just want to let you know, look, Midwest Cards hopped into the breaking game here a couple months back, and we're going hot and heavy. So we'd love for you guys to check us out in more detail. Make sure you join us. We are on the Whatnot app. Just look up Midwest Cards. You'll find us there. You'll find Ted, myself, and many others doing our breaks several times a week. It's a ton of fun.
Sky Moore out of 100.
Sky Moore out of 100, just like that. There you go. Congratulations. No, you interrupt me with the good stuff.
Redemption Auto, Rookie Premier Materials Quad, George Pickens.
Get out of here. This is for free, everybody. You kidding me? Hitting stuff like a George Pickens quad. Nice. So, as you see, absolute fire all the time. Join us. Follow us on Whatnot. You can bookmark all the breaks. We have a great time over there, sharing all the fun with you. Let you guys jump in, taking parts in the break. I'm sure you've all been there before. Give us a shot. Check us out. You can follow us on all of our social medias. Obviously, on we're just Midwest Cards pretty much everywhere.
Got another Kenny Pickett, George Pickens, dual patch.
Look, I can't even talk. This guy's pulling too much fire over here.
Following with an iconic icons out of 25 auto and a 1 of 1 Christian Harrison.
Let's go. Here we go. Nice. Ted has had the hot hand all night as we were just been breaking for hours before we hopped on here. He's had the hot hand all night. So again, join us on Whatnot, Midwest Cards. Check us out. Follow us on all the social medias, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. Find us all there, Midwest Cards on Instagram or Midwest Cards HQ. Please look us up. Give us a follow. Keep you up to date on everything we're doing. It's a ton of fun, man. We have a great time on there. We are located in Columbus, Ohio, where we have our store. If you're in the area, come check us out. Obviously, we're right downtown Columbus. Get to MidwestCards.com, obviously, to get all those details. What else you got over there, Ted?
Finishing it off with a Justin Fields 75 color match orange, as well as an auto Spectrum Signatures Devin Duvernay out of 199.
Nice. Oh, congratulations to everyone on that Absolute Football hit. Right now, we're going to jump into our 2021 Obsidian Football. This is just 1 card per winner with the 7 cards, obviously. Quickly, Basement Sports Cards gets the first one. Popich Mike is number 2. Master Thomas, number 3.
Okay.
Chris Pod, number 4. M. Vieira 2552 is number 5. Little Leams, number 6. And NJM 3229, you got number 7. Did my best on those. Email addresses are always fun to try to decipher. So anyways, as we mentioned, we have a ton of fun breaking. I already see right now, I'm getting the notifications, people hopping on, giving us a follow on whatnot.
AJ
Appreciate you. Thank you so
Brown.
much.
Rashad Bateman out of 50. Tri-patch.
Nice.
Then a Jake Funk out of 199.
Okay.
Auto. A Cornell Powell out of 199. Auto. A Jalen Waddle out of 99. True dual patch RPA.
What?
And a Justin Fields Supernova out of 25. And a DeAndre Hopkins. I feel like I'm blanking on what this is. Is this a Color Blast?
Color Blast? Obsidian?
I haven't seen this insert before.
That is fantastic. Again, this guy's got the hot hand. You got to join us on Whatnot. Midwest Cards. Also, MidwestCards.com. Obviously, you can check out our huge wax that we have. As obviously, you've heard Geoff pumping that thing for the last couple of days. He speaks nothing but the truth. Huge selection of wax for you to choose from all across the board. So right now, we're about to hop into our 2019 Panini Prism basketball. Starting off with our packs. First pack's going to Rodney Jones, 53717. Second is RACZ32. Pack number 3, Link 623-73833. Boy, these emails are interesting. Pack 4, Flash 944. Pack 5, Parrish Nathan. Pack 6, Chicago Dangles. Pack 7, Retro Player 71. Pack 8, Walker Breets. Packer 9. Pack 9, N. Hanif, number 1. Pack 10, Coach Disney. Pack 11, Nguyen Hong. And Pack 12, RT Latino 2. Again, I know I'm murdering those things. I apologize. But don't worry, we'll get them all to you. But this 2019 Prism, you got a chance. You got Zion, you got Jaw. This is a big boy box of cards right here. So good luck to everyone who's
got
in.
one of your favorites, Matt Dellavedova.
Oh, Matthew Dellavedova. Love it.
Got a nice luck of the lottery, Jackson Hayes.
So, yes, he continues to do that again. I see everyone hopping on and following us on our Whatnot. We greatly appreciate them, and you'll love it. We have such a good time going through our cards. We love interacting with you guys, the customers. You know, we're not kind of just there going through the cards. We like to interact. We learn. We love to learn our customers. You know, if you hop on, you'll see we have a ton of regulars already that we know by name. They're on all the breaks with us all the time. Such a good time just hanging out, enjoying the cards, enjoying the time spent, having laughs. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's why we're all in the hobby to begin with. I know that's why we're all here. I know that's why you are watching this stream and enjoying what Geoff has to offer and what everybody else is throwing into this stream. It's so great to soak all this in and just see how this hobby is just so big right now and popular around the country and around the world. So we want you guys to join us in all that fun as well. So can't wait to meet all of you, and moving forward, have you guys join all of us in all of our activities, whether it be Whatnot, whether it be on all of our social medias. We have a great time there as well. You'll see me around a lot when you start giving us a follow. Trust me. How we doing over there, Ted?
Looking good so far. Still haven't seen our auto yet.
Okay.
But you never know when it might come in. We have back-to-back.
Oh, wow.
Back-to-back cards. Back-to-back rookies. Got a nice Luka insert with the far out.
Nice.
And an RJ Barrett base to finish that one off.
You've never won anything. I see everyone in the chat talking about, hey, you're very welcome, Steven. Thank you all for being here. Great to have you all here. We love it. You're right. It's so great to see so many people enjoying the hobby and talking about cards. It's such a good time.
Got a
I love it.
a lot of color right here. We've got a blue Mark Gasol out of 199 and
Nice,
a
okay.
Patrick Ewing, followed by a lock of lottery.
Well, I've seen a lot of you saying, hey, look, you never win much. Hop into our Whatnot, man. It gives you another chance. We do tons of giveaways. Believe me. My man Ted, I know you can't see his face. You just see those magic hands. This guy is catches fire all the time, and we love giveaways, love keeping you involved. And when he says something like that, you know he found something.
I think we got some color.
Okay.
Don't quote me on it just yet, but
That's
first
all
we
right.
got a Grant Hill out of 299 and a luck of the lottery Zion Williams insert. We at least got to see him once.
At least got him in there a little bit. Thank you, Chris Sanchez. Greatly appreciate those kind words. Hello, Cigars and Fire from Mason, Ohio. Good to have some more Buckeyes in the building. Appreciate that. Great to see you.
Still got to
Thanks,
see
Dooley Dog. I
our
appreciate
two-
that. We love being a part of it, man. It's
Still
great. We're
looking
just
for our two
happy to be
autos.
here. We want an autograph too, Dave. We want to see an autograph.
Got a silver Dennis Rodman.
People
and
yelling
a
for autos.
PJ Washington, followed by a fearless Vince Carter.
Okay, all right.
Hey.
So don't we're gonna find that
Hey,
auto.
this just means that
you work in
we're
Mason,
gonna have-
Ohio.
we're
All
gonna
right.
have some good stuff.
What's
here.
up, Big C7? Look at this. We got some of our guys that join us on Whatnot already here.
I'm from Kings. I know right where Mason is.
Big C7.
Ooh, we got a purple cracked ice. Give us something nice. We got a Dennis Schroeder.
All
purple
right, all
cracked
right.
Ice out of 149, and a Lonnie Walker.
Thanks, Card Hound. Thanks for being here, man. We love it.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, and a Klay Thompson to finish that one off. We've got 4 packs left.
Thanks, Scarberry.
No-
1974. Appreciate all the kind words from everybody in the
No
chat. Thank
autos
you so
just
much.
yet, which means
Thanks, James. We try our best.
these last 4 people have a 50% chance.
All right, 4 packs left. Still
of
haven't had
having
our
an
auto, baby. Let's go. Let's get ready. Let's get ready.
It looks
Thank
like-
you, Tyler. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
It looks like we've got our first one right here.
We might have
First,
one.
We've got a silver, but first we're going to take off the back so we can get to that a
Let's
little
go.
bit.
We might have one right here.
Let it run
Might
a little
have
bit.
one.
Got the insert off the back. We got a Shaq widescreen.
All right, let's
and
see.
Then
Might be time.
sensational signatures. And Allen
Yes.
Smalich.
Let's go. That guy. There's an
Hey.
auto. All right. We got an auto. That's what
Got
we
our
asked
first
for. We
auto,
got it.
but don't you worry.
Let's go.
We'll get our second one right here.
Let's go. Let's see. Let's see if I can find you on here. I'm looking.
We've got our
Here we go.
second auto. We got a silver Giannis.
We got a second
Antetokounmpo
auto coming up. Here we
far
go.
Out.
IO, White Feather, IO.
Got a silver Tobias Harris. And for the Boston Celtics, we've got an Anthony Antoine Walker.
Antoine Walker, auto. All right. Let's go.
Let's see some colored jaw.
Let's go. We need a jaw or Zion. We got 2 more packs. Let's go. Let's hit one right here. You're right, Jay Sheep. Hey, sometimes that's the way it goes, man. Not every auto can be the superstar, but hey, they still look good.
They do
That's
still
it.
look good. We've got a
Don't we all,
red
Nathan? I
Rudy
hear you.
Gobert out of 299, a Jared Allen, and a fireworks LeBron James.
All right, last pack, best pack. Here we go. Again, guys,
pack.
before we hit this last pack and get out of here, he rips it into it one last time. MidwestCards.com. Check us out there for all your wax needs and much, much more. And also follow us on Whatnot for way more breaks. We did what? How many boxes did we break today?
2 cases of select.
Yeah, a couple cases of select
Gonna be
basketball.
getting into a lot of contenders
Some more
optic next
H2
week.
Contenders Optic on Wednesday next week when it comes out. Come check us out there. Look, we got it all going on. MidwestCards.com,
Got a
Whatnot,
silver Rudy
Instagram,
Gobert.
Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. We're all over there. Please follow us. We'd love to have you guys join the Midwest Cards family.
Hey, last pack, best pack. We at least got a Ja Morant base.
All right, we got a jaw base.
Hey.
Let's go. We got a jaw. We still got
We
one.
got
I'll
to
take
see
it.
a Ja.
We got to see him. Last pack, best pack. So that'll be it for our break. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Geoff, thank you for everything you do. Thanks for everyone being a part of the hobby and making it grow and just be as fun, as enjoyable as it is for all of us. And we just want to share that with you. So we can't wait. Happy holidays to all of you guys out there. Enjoy your holidays. We hope to see you around soon in our breaks and otherwise. Y'all take care. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Midwest Cards. We appreciate you. Midwest Cards is an awesome sponsor, along with eBay Collectibles. Both of them have been fantastic in sponsoring the virtual sports card show. We appreciate both of them. And Midwest Cards was the one who gave us that free break tonight, gave us all of this wax to give out to make people's holidays a little better. You want some more? You want some more? We got a few more boxes here to go. We have an Optic Blaster box, Optic Basketball Blaster. This one's going to Ben Antler 89. We've got a Pokemon booster box of Lost Origin. That one's going to AM Castle. AM Castle, congratulations. How about a Topps Chrome, with the silver pack. With the silver pack. Topps Chrome Hobby Box. This one is going to Terry Fortune 2. Terry Fortune 2, congratulations. We also have a giveaway that was given to us by Dynasty Breaks. Dane from Dynasty Breaks, who joined earlier, was nice enough to give us a box of Panini Recon NBA 2021-22 Panini Recon NBA from Dynasty Breaks. That one is going to MC Mac Breyer. ladies and gentlemen, we've hit the end of the road for this year's virtual. This was a ton of fun. I really appreciate you guys joining us. This last 2 days have been a lot of fun. We've had so many incredible guests on the show. Thanks to all of the guests. Thanks to you for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks to our presenting sponsor, eBay Collectibles. Go follow eBay Collectibles on Instagram. Thanks to Midwest Cards, MidwestCards.com, our official wax sponsor. And most importantly, guys, thanks to my team here at Sports Card Investor. This has been a challenging week. This has been a challenging week for us here at Sports Card Investor, and my team persevered. We rallied. My team's been working extremely hard on this broadcast, and we have stayed positive. We've stayed heads down, and we've come together and I think put together a really great 2 nights worth of entertainment. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And I really, really want to thank my team. I've got to start with our executive director of the show tonight and our VP of content, Kelly Francis. She does a fabulous job. She's back there right now on the production desk. She lined up all of the guests tonight and really helped the show come together. The head of our production team, Charles Hurley, who's been in the studio working on all the different cameras tonight and getting everything in order. He's done a fabulous job as well. Adam has been managing our social accounts, been publishing tons of great stuff to social. He's been doing an awesome job. Ben has been organizing all the content, sending out all the emails, helping getting a lot of the notes and everything ready for the show, which has been really helpful. Doug, you saw Doug in a couple of the commercials. Doug has been helping to moderate the chat and helping out with the show as well, community outreach. We've got amazingly talented graphic designers, Steven and Cooper, who both put together all of the motion graphics and graphic packages that you saw on the show tonight. They've done an outstanding job. We have Phil, another great videographer who's worked on the show. We've got Nick, who's been bringing me all the giveaways and has helped with all of the marketing and lining up all the promotions that have taken place as part of the show tonight. We have Holly Snowflake, Caitlin, Holly Snowflake, that beautiful little script at the beginning of the show, that beautiful little segment, and she's done a fabulous job behind the scenes as well, helping keep all of us sane. Our whole entire product team has also contributed, not just to the show, but all of our products. Teapot here on the show leading the product team, and then Zach, James, Andrew, Charles, Parker, and all of our developers who work on making the Sports Card Investor app and market movers and all of the products we put together here at Sports Card Investor. Awesome. Each and every day, they dedicate themselves to it and they do an amazing job. Hopefully I got everybody. There were so many people that contributed to this. I appreciate each and every one of them, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys for tuning in to the virtual holiday. Have yourself a very happy holiday, a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you again for this next year. Until then, take care.
Bye.